Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. In this video, I am going to be trying something a little bit different. I am going to be doing a live preview of the match that is going to be taking place tomorrow afternoon between the Crusaders and the Blues. But if you do enjoy this preview, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. But yeah, we've got a lot of stats to cover for this match that is going to be taking place tomorrow. 3:35 p.m. is going to be the kickoff at OrangeTheory Stadium. Now, there are thunderstorms at the moment where I am, only a couple hours south of Christchurch, so hopefully they won't have any effect on the game tomorrow in terms of whether or not it will be a wet day. But we have got Millie in the chat as well. Thank you very much for tuning in. But yeah, this is going to be a very exciting match, and with the Chiefs getting the win yesterday over the Hurricanes, it means that it's almost a must-win for the Blues here if they do want any chance of moving through to that Super Rugby Aotearoa final. But a match that we've got to talk about very quickly as well before we get into that too much. The Western Force, they were able to beat the Reds yesterday, which now means that it will be Western Force versus Brumbies in the playoff game for Super Rugby AU, and then the winner of that will move on to the final to face the Reds. But yeah, undefeated Reds up to that point, but then the Western Force able to get the upset, and we have got Millie saying hi as well. Welcome to the live stream, and thank you very much for tuning in. But nonetheless, I will move straight into the standings as they are sitting at the moment. The Crusaders are sitting in first place, playing 7, winning 5 of those matches, and they are sitting on 23 points. Then in second, it is the Chiefs, who are on a 5-match winning streak. They lost their first 2 games of Super Rugby Aotearoa, but from there, 5 in a row, and they are sitting on 20 points. So at this stage, those two are the favourites to make it to the final. But then you've got the Blues, a team who have played 6 games so far. They have won 3, and they are sitting on 15 points. So they have received a few bonus points, the Blues, which may help them leading into the final match, which will be between the Chiefs and the Blues, and that will be next week. We have got Oh Hi, I'm back as well, says Essaluni. Welcome back, mate, and thank you very much for tuning into this preview. Do let me know your score predictions for this match as well in the chat, and I will be reading them out in a very short moment. And then the Highlanders, at the moment, they're sitting on 14 points, so 1 point behind the Blues, but they have played the extra game, and at this stage, I feel like it's just a little bit unfortunate, but they're not quite going to be able to get there for the Highlanders, as they have only won the 3 games. We have also got Jason Yang, we have got Kyle, and we have also got Noah in the chat. Why is this game not today? That is a good question. It seems to be the fact that the games kind of go between either being a Friday and Saturday game or a Saturday-Sunday, but in this case for this week, it is a Friday-Sunday. So it is a little bit hard to keep track of when the games are taking place. But yeah, the game is going to be happening tomorrow, 3:35 p.m. kickoff at OrangeTheory Stadium. But yeah, I'm not sure what the reasoning behind the afternoon games is on a Sunday, because we have had a few of those so far, and a lot of them have actually involved the Crusaders. So I'm not too sure about that. Then we have also got Etene Fanotti has said, let's go as well. Welcome to the live stream. And yeah, we are just previewing this match, and it should be a very interesting one. But then in last place at the moment, the Hurricanes sitting on 7 points, and they have only got the 1 win so far. How's it, buddy? Going for the Blues by 5 as well, says Bertie. So, yeah, I feel like this match is going to be a pretty close one, but it is almost a must-win for the Blues. If they can win this match, and they can win it comfortably with 3 tries or more ahead of the Crusaders, they could actually be sitting on the same points as the Chiefs leading into that last match between the two sides for round 10. We have also got in their Anzac Day game, says Kyle, as well. Thought today, said Jason. Yeah, I think a lot of people did think that the game was taking place today rather than tomorrow afternoon, and it's raining over here. Is it raining there? It was a little bit earlier on, Saloni, and also we've had a few little bits of lightning around the East Coast, also a bit of thunder as well. So hopefully it will be a nice day in Christchurch tomorrow for this game to take place, because as soon as there is rain involved in a game of rugby, it can completely change it. Then the sides may be going for more of that territory game rather than the backline movement, hard-hitting, fast-paced rugby that we are used to. We have also got Tyson in the chat, has said hi as well. Welcome to the live stream. But right, we will jump straight into some of these stats about this match. The last time these two sides played at OrangeTheory Stadium, it was round 5 of 2020, which is interesting that it has been quite a while, because of the fact we need to remember the game between the Blues and the Crusaders at the end of last year's Super Rugby Aotearoa competition was actually cancelled. That was due to the lockdown and everything like that. So this year they have played in round 4. So I will be looking at those 2 past matches. We have also got Bertie, as said, also got some update for you on the Rainbow Cup for South Africa. Do let me know, Bertie, and I will be sure to read that out. I'm going to the game, says Raging Flame, or Liam, in fact. So that is good news for you, mate. Hopefully it will be a nice day. Are you going to be in a seat that is undercover, just in case it is pouring rain? We have also got Tyson Allen has said bye as well. That was a quick high and bye from him, but we will see you later, mate. But yeah, we will look at round 5 of 2020. The score in that match was the Crusaders 26, the Blues 15. So a pretty close game, only the 11-point difference, which I feel like this match is going to be a little bit closer than that, although looking at the result from 2021, you could say otherwise. But in that match, the tries for the Crusaders were scored by Drummond and Will Jordan. They only scored the 2 there. And then also for the Blues, it was Mark Talia and Rico Ioane. So it was an interesting match. And something you got to look at in this match was the fact that there were 146 tackles made by the Blues to the only 100 of the Crusaders. But the Blues actually ended up having 25 missed tackles to the Crusaders 21. So the Crusaders were being pretty successful when it came to their tackling game, with not being very successful, I should say, only making about 80% of the tackles they attempted. We're going to start the round with Bulls versus Lions and Sharks versus Stormers, and it is going to be starting next week, says Birdie as well. That is good news that we are going to get to see some South African rugby as well. I know a lot of people are keen to see how those games are going to be going and what the South African sides are going to be looking like leading into that British and Irish Lions tour that is going to be happening in July. But in that match, there was 60% possession to the Crusaders and also 18 penalties in total, and that was 12 against the Blues and 6 against the penalties against the Crusaders. We have also got it's flooding really bad outside, said Liam as well. Yeah. What part of the country are you in again, Liam? You are in Christchurch, if I'm not wrong, or are you heading to Christchurch for that game? But yeah, hopefully the weather won't affect this game. We've actually been very lucky in terms of the fact that we haven't had too many raining games throughout Super Rugby Aotearoa, and I feel like now's not the time we want to start. We don't want the final as well being a rain-affected game. We want to see it being nice and dry and that the sides are going to have their best chance of getting a lot of tries. We have also got, I keep watching the Chiefs versus Hurricanes, says S. Saluni as well. And of course, we should mention that game yesterday. Very close encounter between the Hurricanes and the Chiefs. The final moment, Damian McKenzie kicking that end penalty goal that did win his side the match. 2 weeks in a row now. They beat the Crusaders by 1 point. They beat the Hurricanes by, I think it was 1 or 2 points as well, which means that they are now on that 5-match winning streak, which may have just taken them to the final if the Blues do lose this match to the Crusaders. We have got Paulina has said, thanks for reading out stats. No worries at all. I am hoping you guys will like this format of a live stream for the game rather than doing a video beforehand. I may still do a video tomorrow kind of summing up some of these stats that I am mentioning. But yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying this live preview as well. We have got Jason Yang with a few predictions. He's got the Crusaders, I think, almost losing everyone except for the second one, which he said 23-21 as well. So yeah, I think either way, it's going to be a very close match, and I am looking forward to it as well. I'm in Christchurch. I'm Avonhead as well, and he is saying that the Crusaders are going to win it by 8 points there, and Chiefs are too good, says Saluna. Yeah, they just seem to have that determination that has been winning them games over and over again with the way that they have been playing. It is very impressive that they have somehow been able to get that 5-match winning streak when last season they only had, well, they didn't even have a win. They had a lot of close encounters, but this season the close encounters are actually going in their favour rather than last year where Bryn Gatlin decided to do a drop kick very late in the game and whatnot. We have got Lewis Hamilton Anderson has said hi as well. Welcome to the live stream, Lewis. Thank you very much for tuning in. And Jason Yang saying 25-25 draw in this way, in this match. So that could be interesting. Going to Golden Point, and then from there it's anyone's game. We have also got I'm in Hornby, or I'm from Hornby, says S. Saluni as well. So that is very common because I am from there as well. And Jamie Noom has said that the Blues will win by 2 points, win by a drop goal. So we have got a lot of predictions saying this is going to be a close match. And yeah, I feel like that wouldn't be too far off. Like looking at the previous result, the last time these two sides played for Super Rugby Aotearoa 2021, 43 to the Crusaders, 27 to the Blues. But I feel like that was a little bit of it was the last minute kind of a few little mistakes from the Blues that did actually lead to the likes of those last few penalties and also a couple tries being scored. Like in that match, both sides scored 4 tries. So if we are going to get a match like that with 8 tries or more in this match, it is going to be a very exciting one. We have got Devontae in the chat, has said, hey, bro, I ain't at work today. How's your day? It's been not too bad so far, other than the fact that outside the weather is not looking too flash, and we are only a couple hours south of where the game is going to be played tomorrow. So hopefully the rain has all passed by then, and we will get a nice fine day for a bit of afternoon rugby. We have also got Liam has said 24-22 to the Crusaders. So a lot of very close encounters. Crusaders up by 2 to 4 for Matthew Jones. And also Noah has said, I reckon Crusaders by 7. So yeah, I don't think I've seen any predictions yet that have said it's going to be more than 10 points to one side or the other, which is why this match, I feel, is going to be very exciting. And with there being so much on the line as well, I think we're going to see 110% from both of these sides. We have got Jane Hamilton in the chat, has said hi as well. Welcome to the live stream. And thank you very much for tuning in. I do appreciate it. And yeah, if any of you are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are going to be doing our watch-along live stream for the match that is going to be taking place 3:35 p.m. tomorrow at OrangeTheory Stadium, Crusaders home game. And they will be hoping that they will be able to get that win. And that would secure a home final for them as well. So the things that are on the line here, the Blues need this win to be able to almost catch the Chiefs. And then the game next week between the Chiefs and the Blues will determine who moves on to that final. And then for the Crusaders, if they win this game, that will get them the home final, and that will be exactly what they want. You want that home field advantage, definitely because of the fact we are lucky enough to have crowds at these games. So the home fans will be wanting to get behind their sides and help will them on to the win as well. And we have got Jason Yang has said final Crusaders versus Chiefs or Blues versus Highlanders. Canes have no chance, says Jason Yang as well. And yeah, unfortunately for the Highlanders, I believe with the Chiefs getting that win yesterday, that means that they aren't going to be able to catch them. Even if they have a bonus point win over the Hurricanes, that would still put them 1 point behind. So unfortunately for the Highlanders, their Super Rugby Aotearoa campaign is going to end at round 10. But Super Rugby Trans-Tasman is going to be opening up very soon, and then we are going to get to see a lot more games of rugby all in a row. I believe it's Friday night 2 in a row, and then Saturday night 3 in a row, or Saturday afternoon as well. We have also got, I want the Blues to win, but I'm not getting my hopes up. But they can do it. So go Blues as well, says Jamie Noon. Tell you what, though, I feel like there is, when you've got this chance of being able to make the final, like you've got to put everything into it. Like you look at the lineups, I am going to be running through them in a very short moment as well. And it's going to be one of those ones. The Crusaders haven't changed their back line, but they have made quite a few changes in that 4-pack, going back to what they think will be working in this one. And then also the Blues with a big change of changing their number 10. And we have also got to play my trial match for my school, and we won 75-0. So that is very impressive for you, mate. And hopefully, trial matches, if you're winning those, you should be moving on to something as well. We have also got, so if the Chiefs lost to the Blues, they can't make it to the final, says Saluni. I think it all depends on if the Blues can beat the Crusaders. If the Blues can end up beating the Crusaders here, it will push them up to either 19 or 20 points, which is only 1 point behind the Chiefs. So in this case, if the Blues were to lose to the Crusaders, they would have to beat the Chiefs by 3 or more tries, as well as having the better points differential, which is quite a tough task. But maybe that is an option. But yeah, they'd have to beat the Chiefs by 3 tries or more in the final round of Super Rugby Aotearoa if they do want to move on to that final, if they can't get this win over the Crusaders, which is why there's so much on the line for them. If they can get or if they don't win, but they get within 7, then if they can get that win against the Chiefs, then it will be down to points differential as well. We have also got Don't Trust Plummer at 10, says Jason Yang as well. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Harry Plummer, he wasn't going that great at 12, but moving him to 10 may have been the better option for them here. But then Teddy Black, he's been in decent form lately. So it seems strange that they were going to drop him down to the bench for this match. But yeah, it's going to be a very interesting match, that is for sure. Hello, are you my friend, says Jane Hamilton. I mean, I feel like I am friends with everyone who is in this chat. Hopefully you guys feel the same way, but I do appreciate you all tuning in as well. We have also got, we have round 1 on next Saturday, says More Cake as well. So hopefully you will be able to get the win in that one as well. And then we have also got, when is this game getting played? It is going to be a 3:35 p.m. kickoff on Sunday afternoon tomorrow. So I am a little bit early in terms of doing this live stream for the preview, but I am very excited for this match, and I thought you guys may enjoy a little bit of a different format. There isn't any rugby happening for Super Rugby Aotearoa for this Saturday night. So I decided why not bring you guys a little bit of rugby content, talk you through some of the stats and see what your guys' predictions were for this match, and also who you think is going to be the man of the match is my next question. Who do you think is going to be one of the key players in either side? One for the Crusaders, one for the Blues. Who is going to be standing out in this one, and who needs to stand out if they do want their side to get the win? We have also got they didn't tackle at all. We scored from our 22, says more cake as well. And we have also got OGNZ has said Turbro Blues G as well. What is your score prediction? OG, do let me know. But yeah, the last time these two sides played, there were 8 tries that were scored. They were scored by Hoskins Attutu, Blake Gibson, and also Kurt Eklund, scored 2. So looking at that stat, the Blues, all of their tries on the last time they played the Crusaders were scored by forwards, which is an interesting one. And whether or not that will be the same in the match tomorrow, we will have to wait and see. For the Crusaders, they also had 4 tries. But seeing this, they scored 16 more points, and they were because of the penalties. In that match, 28 penalties conceded between these two sides in round 4. And I said it in a previous video. I said I feel like whoever gives away the least penalties in this match is going to win this game. And then we have also got Plummer needs to be dropped from 10, says Jason Yang as well. So he is not too keen on it. Can you please scroll up? I see what game is going to. Said more cake. Is that the we have one round? Oh, about you going to the Reds versus Blues. So that was the birthday present, wasn't it? So that is good news for you too, mate. And hopefully that will be a good match. And we have also got go to BK, says Jane Hamilton. And that could possibly be an option after the live stream. Although we have to travel half an hour to get to the nearest BK, which is the big unfortunate side of it. Mwanga and Ioane, I bet will score, says Liam as well. And he hasn't played yet. Stop being negative for the one for Harry Plummer. And we have also got what if the Crusaders win and then the Blues beat the Chiefs? Can the Chiefs still make it to the final? If the Crusaders win tomorrow, they will have the home final. And then that would mean, if we're saying it's within 7, then the Chiefs would only need to get 1 point for being within 7. And I believe that would secure them the spot in the final. It's all down to the points differential at this stage. And it will be a little bit clearer after the match happens tomorrow, exactly how many points anyone needs to win by. And at this stage, you'd say the Chiefs are in the box seat, but the Blues, if they can pull off the upset here, that will make it very close for that last round as well. Later, bro, going to work now. Have a good night, says Devante. No worries, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in. And hopefully we will get to see you for the live stream tomorrow as well. We have got What's This, says James Gordon. We are doing a preview for the match that is going to be taking place tomorrow afternoon between the Crusaders and the Blues. I thought I'd try a live stream rather than the preview so that I can chat to you guys and find out all of your predictions as well. We have also got in the chat, Tyson has said the player of the match is going to be Will Jordan or Akira Ioane. So that is a big shout. That is for sure. Also with Akira Ioane coming off the bench. So he had a big impact in one of those other matches that he did come off the bench. And then Will Jordan, the man who's got the second most clean breaks in the competition, sitting on 9. And he was also first for meters carried, 554 he has had it. And he didn't even play all the games early on in the season. That is how good he is in that number 15 jersey. And he is opposite Stephen Perez in this one. So it is going to be interesting to see who is going to have the better of that little bit of a battle. We have also got Yip says more cake, row 11, Red stuck in Western Australia. That is true because of the lockdown. So hopefully that lockdown is lifted and we do still get to see the game between the Western Force and the Brumbies that is supposed to be taking place next week. That would be a Brumbies home game. So whether or not they can get to that we'll have to wait and see. We have also got Ardrell has said the Blues will be 29 and Crusaders will be 29, draw extra time, says Ardrell as well. And that would benefit the Blues, I feel, in terms of being just close enough to the Chiefs, because that would put them on 17 points and that's only a 3 points difference. So that would mean no matter what, it would come down to that final match between the Chiefs and the Blues. The other match for round 10 is going to be between the Hurricanes and the Highlanders, but that doesn't have any effect on really anything other than the fact that the Highlanders, if they were to win that game, would actually boost themselves up above the Blues if the Blues did lose to the Crusaders. We have also got Roger Tuivasa Sheck signing for the Blues in 2022, and Bowden Barrett is back, says Jason Yang as well. No, he's not, said Tyson as well. And in 2022, I meant said Jason as well. And we have got Esselini said, I'm watching the Sharks versus Bulldogs right now. I'm watching a live stream at the same time. So what is the score in that match? I haven't been able to keep up with the NRL as well as I would like to as well, but hopefully I will get to watch a bit more of that in the future. Zachary Guildford is currently drinking a bouncing. Welcome to the live stream, Johnny Plays. It is good to see you, mate. Yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. What is your score prediction for this one, Johnny? I will ask you that, but I will be running through the lineups in a very short moment as well. And we played quarters for my rugby match earlier today, says More Cake as well. But I have probably done enough talking about just the stats of the last few matches, although I have got a few more, and that was the fact that Tuanga Fussy ended up with a yellow card in that last match of 2021 round 4 for Super Rugby Aotearoa between these two sides. David have a blinder tomorrow as well, and that is Jordan Bryce, and I assume that is David Havili. And yeah, that could be interesting. The centre combinations, the Blues are going with a bit of a change. TJ Faiani not there in the number 12 jersey for this one. It is going to be Tanielu to Talia, sorry. So that is who's going to be in the midfield alongside Rieko Ioane. But Lester Fainarnuku, he looks strong in the number 13 jersey for the Crusaders as well. So that is something that's something to look forward to, I should say, for those men in the midfield. We have also got in the chat Sharks 6 to 18 as well at the moment. And then an Anzac Day memorials in Waimate tomorrow morning, or any Anzac memorials. I believe there is one. And normally the high school do get involved in that as well. But I believe there is. And yeah, hopefully it is nice weather, because it was raining earlier on, and hopefully we do get away with no rain for the match tomorrow. We have got Chubro from Moorcake as well. Moana Pacifica versus Blues, says Jason Yang, and that will be a certain possibility for the next year's Super Rugby competition, with Drua Fiji and also Moana Pacifica joining. A heart says Blues, head says Saders. 36-27 to the Blues, says Johnny Blaze as well. And yeah, I'm excited, because that's the thing. If the Crusaders end up winning this, they've got the home final. If the Blues win this, then the game will be between the Chiefs and the Blues to see who is making the final, and they will also get the home final in that situation. Why no Bryce Hem? Is it Hem or Hem? I always say Hem, but I feel like it's Hem. But yeah, interesting choice for them. I know that he had a decent performance in the first match that these two sides actually played for round 4. He had the most meters carried for the Blues with 58. But it seems strange that it has been left out once again, although they have got AJ Lamb, who is a young, talented player, played for Auckland in the Mitre 10 Cup, and I feel like he maybe will be able to have an impact later in this match. He only got a couple minutes for his debut, so maybe they are giving him a bit more of a run round before we get into those finals games. Also, strange how the Blues are starting Plummer and have Oteri on the bench. I thought the same thing. It's one of those ones that Harry Plummer, he is a good player, but Oteri Black has kind of made that jersey his almost in the number 10, but maybe they are trying something different to see if it will be able to work. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if it does. But Harry Plummer, he was playing 12 earlier in the season, but now moving into that number 10 jersey for this match for the first time this season as well. What school did you go to? It is just the local high school. There's nothing too special, to be honest, just the small town high school. We have also got Jesse was an outlaw. Hey lad, good evening. Welcome to the live stream, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in. Also, what is your prediction for this match? Do let me know. We have got AJ Lamb versus Bryce Hem as well, says Jason Yang. And I feel like they were the two big choices. Mark Talia is starting once again, which is interesting because he has been a little bit quiet on that right wing so far for the Blues, but saying that the back line hasn't quite been able to find the wingers in this situation over the last few games, and maybe that would be why. But if he gets ball in hand, he is going to be marked by George Bridge, and that's going to be an exciting duo there. We have also got the Blues midfield. It has beefed up to combat Lester Fainarnuku. That is a good point, adding to Leah there. And yeah, although I'm surprised not to see Faiani even on the bench either, because of the fact that he's been pretty good anytime he has been coming on the field, but they are going with this one. I will be showing them in a very short moment. Jordan Bryce has said, what's your prediction? I can't pick a winner, but I know it's going to be within, I think it's only going to be less than maybe 7 points splitting these two sides. I feel like someone's getting a bonus point for being within 7 for this one. We have also got, can't wait to see Big Tamati Williams making his debut. Yeah, that's going to be an exciting one for the Crusaders. Like, they've got a strong bench when you look at it. They've got the likes of Brody McAllister. You've got Tamati Williams, Ollie Jaeger, Dunshay, Sanders, Hall, McLeod, and Mataeli, which is looking pretty sharp. We have also got, I had my game on Thursday. We beat Papanui 23-5. So that is very impressive. So good stuff there, mate. What position do you play? as well. Harry Plummer has been his pretty thick thighs. Lol, have you noticed? I haven't actually been looking at his thighs, so can't say that I have. But now that you've said that, I feel like tomorrow I will end up saying something about it on the live stream. I'll be like, oh, his thighs are quite thick, Johnny. And the whole chat will just have no idea what is going on. We have got Jesse was an outlaw, said, man, I want to say Blues got it, but can't see them getting over the Crusaders. Yeah, that's the thing. The Crusaders, they've lost 2 of their last 3 games, and the other one they won in golden point time against the Hurricanes. So they're not in the best form, but it's one of those sides you always expect them to be able to put on that good performance after taking a loss. It's just whether or not they are going to be able to have this performance up against the Blues, and they need to find a good performance before the finals, or else they may be in a little bit of trouble. But we'll see, though, be a GG, a good game. I believe that is, yeah. I am looking forward to it. Should be a very close one as well, but we will look at the lineups as well while I have got it. We will start with the lineup of the Crusaders. I have got it up on the screen to my side for you guys to have a look as well. We are looking at the front row of George Bower. That is, of course, because Joe Moody's still out with that toe injury. So it is a little bit of an unsure situation of how long he is going to be out for. Cody Taylor then moving back into the number 2 jersey. He was on the bench, in the last match, and that was Brodie McAllister starting now. He is on the bench. Then you've got Michael Alaalatoa, the man who's signed for Leinster. He is going to be in that number 3 jersey for this match. They're going back to the lock pairing of Scott Barrett, who was in the number 6 jersey in the last match. It is going to be Scott Barrett on one side and Sam Whitelock back at number 5. He has won the most lineouts so far throughout the Super Rugby Aotearoa competition out of any player, and the Crusaders actually have the highest lineout win percentage with 95.8%, which is a very high percentage to have, and that rolling maul has been paying dividends for them, with Cody Taylor sitting top try scorer with 6 as well, which is very impressive. Are you going to read out the teams? Says Jamie Noom. I am not just going to read them out. I am also going to be showing them here for you guys as well. I flat with a diehard Blues fan. It's dreadful, says Jordan Bryce as well. You're Crusaders, aren't you, Jordan Bryce? If I'm not wrong. So it is going to be, yeah, that's going to be an interesting game to watch between you two. And we have also got Blues, Harry Plummer Blues cap 58, and then Harry Plummer Blues cap 35, says Jason Yang. So I'm not too sure which one round that is. But then in the loose forwards role, but I should mention that it was Dunshay and Strange in the last match for 4 and 5. But now it is going to be the 2 experienced men. Sam Whitelock, a lot of games under his belt. So we are going to get to see him back in that number 5 jersey. We have also got 100, says Jordan Bryce. And where's Big Patrick Tuipulotu, says Johnny Blaze. I'm not actually sure. I haven't been able to look into it yet, but I assume he must be injured. Like, surely, because he's been left out of the lineup for about 3 weeks in a row now. It has been Gerard Kelly Tuioti. I mean, he's playing well, but, you know, that experience, he has a shoulder injury, Johnny, said Jordan Bryce. I knew that someone would be able to tell me exactly what it was. And then we have got Uncle Bill that said, can't wait. Yeah, it's going to be a very exciting one as well. Mike Jones Sr. said, thought it was on today, so I clicked on the stream. Well, said Mike Jones Sr. Yeah, sorry about that. I think, yeah, a lot of people thought it was a Saturday night game rather than the Sunday afternoon. But yeah, I was just that excited about this game and wanted to see what you guys were thinking for the predictions, as well as just a little bit more of a spaced out, kind of longer preview type thing. I normally do the preview as a short kind of 5-minute video, but I decided I would try this format since there was no rugby for Super Rugby Aotearoa on this Saturday night. So I thought you guys may be keen for a bit of rugby talk. We have also got What's Your Name, says Saluni as well. It is Hamish. And yeah, that is my name. And then we have also got NRL Fixed Rigged, says Neymar as well. And then we have also got, welcome to the live stream, by the way, Neymar. And we have got Noah Rogers here as well, has said hi, welcome to the live stream. Do let me know your predictions for this match in the chat as well. So Ion is here as well. So I do appreciate you all being here. Patrick Tuipulotu, Blues cap 84. Patrick is oof as well, says Johnny Blaze. Hi, bro. I'm watching you live again, says Team Hawaii. Thank you very much, mate. I do appreciate you being here. Tell you what, the chat is all of a sudden sped up big time. And I do appreciate you all sticking around for this preview. And then hopefully I will get to see you guys tomorrow for the match as well. So so did I. I was like, yeah, nah, bro. Exciting games on at 7:05 next minute as well. Yeah, see, that's the thing. They keep on swapping between it being Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So no one really knows when the games are taking place. Warriors tomorrow, 8 p.m. against the Storm. That's going to be a big game for them. And hopefully they will be able to get that win as well, coming off their last one. Going to be an intense matchup as well. 28-22 Blues. Remember it. says Mike Jones Sr. as well. Do the players get time and a half for playing on Anzac Day? Said Johnny Blaze. That's actually a very good question, and I'm not sure what the answer is to that one. I don't know. Maybe they're just under contract, but I guess it is a holiday, so I'm not sure. You might have to dig a little bit deeper there. We have also got Jason Yes, but the leaders we have got I Will Mike, says John and Bryce as well. 40-22 to the Crusaders. Now, that's the biggest split in the score that we have seen so far in the comments. And then we have also got Lester Whananuku. We go to the same church, says Esaluni, so that is pretty awesome as well. And yeah, hopefully he will be able to have a good game in the number 13 jersey. And we have also got Windsor Islands border opening. Zach Guilford wants to go so he can get drunk, naked, and punch up females, said Johnny Blaze as well. I think I have to move on from that one. Who is playing next? Let's Go Warrior. Let's Go Warriors as well, says Tim Away. So the next matches in Super Rugby Aotearoa, it is going to be the Crusaders versus Blues tomorrow afternoon. And then after that, it is going to be the Highlanders and the Hurricanes playing. And then the final game of Super Rugby Aotearoa before the final is going to be the Chiefs versus the Blues. So that is a huge matchup in terms of who is going to be able to move into that place of second to be able to possibly move on to the final, depending on the results today. Of course, like some of these, tomorrow it is. We're only sitting about 18 hours away from kickoff now, maybe less than that. Maths is hard. No, it's about 17 and a half hours till we get to kickoff. And yeah, it should be a very exciting matchup. We have also got, did you and Leicester get baptised? Okay. We have got Trans-Tasman Blues versus Brumbies, the two Bs as well, says Jason Yang. And then you've got the Blues versus the Reds, the two colours, who will be taking place as well later on. And yeah, Super Rugby Trans-Tasman, I am excited for it because we will get to see the teams who are playing between the, like the Western Force getting that big win over the Reds. Like that now means that table is getting just that little bit closer. And Brumbies versus Western Force, as long as the lockdown can get removed, they will be able to play that game next weekend. We have also got who's playing today. It is going to be the Warriors versus the Rebels for Super Rugby AU. That is a 9:45 p.m. kickoff. And that match, unfortunately, doesn't actually play any factor into who is moving on to any playoff final or anything like that, because the Rebels are 6 points behind the Western Force. Now, we have also got, I have a feeling, said Mike Jones Sr. as well, Warriors 24-16 for that one. And we have also got both teams lost to the Highlanders and the Chiefs, says Zion. And not just that, both sides coming off a loss. The last match for the Blues was the Highlanders 35-29, and then the last match for the Crusaders losing to the Chiefs in the final minute of the game. We have also got First Degrees. How late is kickoff? It is not tonight. The game is going to be tomorrow, and it is going to be a 3:35 p.m. kickoff. And I am just doing a pre-match live stream to chat with you guys about the sides that have been announced. And yeah, hopefully the match tomorrow will be on a nice day, because we have had thunderstorms here, and I am only a few hours away from the ground. We have also got we have got bye from Jason Yang and bye from Millie, so we will see you both later, perhaps for the live stream tomorrow. We have also got every team has a bad run and will always return to form. This is the game. We set the combo light again as well, says Jordan Bryce. And that's a thing. That's one of those things that the Crusaders, that they've got a good performance in them, but it's just when are they going to unleash it? Is it going to be in this game up against the Blues, or is it going to be in the final in the match against either the Chiefs or the Blues? For that one, we have also got, I've been looking for it, says Esalini, why is the Force game, or the Reds versus Force game, not up on YouTube? There should be highlights somewhere, whether that is on the it would be either on maybe Stan Sports or the Super Rugby YouTube channel, I think would be your two best bets. Also, depending on what country you're in, although you are in New Zealand, so that makes it a little bit more difficult, because there are games on the World Rugby website that do get shown as well live. And we have also got Paddy's out here. Paddy's out having a dig at Mrs. while he's in the toilet. Said Mike Jones Sr. as well. I'm not too sure of that story, but I know the Aaron Smith story, of course, but not the Paddy side of it as well. And we have also got this is new, says Henry Samuel. It is indeed a a 1 day prior to the match. I am doing a live preview to see if this is something that you guys would like to see, perhaps for the final of Super Rugby Aotearoa. If it is something you guys want to see, I will be more than happy to make it happen as well. We have also got the Blues boys are lining up outside the toilet to have a turn. They're tagging each other in and out WWE style. And I guess while we are mentioning the Blues boys, we need to talk about discipline, which is a weird transition from that statement. But discipline of the Blues. The last match, we had 28 penalties between these two sides. A yellow card to Tuanga Fasi. This was a game that Kurt Eklund actually suplexed Sevu Reece, which got him a 3-week suspension. He scored 2 tries in that match as well. It was one of those ones, he went from the highest of highs to the kind of lowest of lows, when it did mean that suplex meant that the penalty was reversed. And then from there, the Crusaders were able to score a rolling maul try, or I think it was Richie Mo'unga who actually managed to score that one as well. But then Tuanga Fasi getting sent off for the yellow card. And he didn't actually end up with a suspension in the end as well. But yeah, 75 tackles made by the Blues in that match, 143 tackles made by the Crusaders, and 20 missed tackles for the Blues. So that is one thing they'll have to be careful of, is making sure that they aren't missing too many tackles, because as soon as you give the Crusaders a chance, I'm thinking the likes of Will Jordan, who is in the number 15 jersey for this one, if you give him a gap, he will take it and he will make it to the try line. And you don't really want to be leaking points against a strong Crusaders side. Yes, they aren't in the best form, but they are the Crusaders, and they have got a star-studded lineup, and you don't really want to give them too many chances, or else they may make you pay for it as well. We have also got, I'm going to watch your stream when Chiefs play Blues. Have a good one, bro, says Tim Hawaii as well. Thank you very much for tuning in, mate. I do appreciate it. We have also got, Major League Baseball or MLB play, made a game that was always on PS4, but now it is on Xbox. I believe it is MLB The Show, if I'm not wrong. And yeah, I did see that it has just come to Xbox, which is awesome news for the fact that we do get to see a little bit of baseball played on Xbox consoles as well. And we have also got, I will be watching it. My dad popped a rugby ball, and it was a farmlands ball as well, said Zion. And then we have also got Johnny Place, said my dog ate my entire zucchini today. Even he's turning vegan as well. And we have got Ryan in the chat. Welcome to the live stream. We have got Jimmy Hill in the chat as well. I said say his name. And yeah, welcome to the live stream, Jimmy. We have also got Eklund, looks like a criminal, lol, says Jordan Bryce. And can we just, I feel like it's a terrible thing to say, but that suplex was a very smoothly, like, it was perfect technique. So maybe a little bit of a background in wrestling for Kurt Eklund. He looks like the kind of guy who would have done wrestling maybe in high school or something like that. Like the way that he was able to pick up Sevu Reece and throw him as well. Farmlands are a rip-off, says Johnny Blaze as well. Will you stream the game tonight, says Zion? I don't think I will be doing the Super Rugby AU game, just purely because of the fact I haven't actually researched anything to do with those games. So I feel like I would be a little bit behind in that regard. We have also got in there, show us the Blues lineup, says Johnny Blaze. We will get to that in a very short moment. But first I will go through the loose forwards of the Crusaders. It is Ethan Blackadder and also Cullen Grace, who is going to be in the number 8, and Sione Havili in the number 7. So the changes there, it was Tom Sanders last week in the number 7 jersey, Barrett in the number 6 jersey, and Blackadder in the number 8 jersey. So they have changed it around big time here, the Crusaders. And they are going back to what they feel may be the strongest one. Then it is going to be an unchanged backline. Mitch Drummond at 9, Richie Mo'unga at 10. Needs to unleash some of that Mo'unga magic. Then the centres are going to be made up of David Havili and Lester Fainanuku. The wings for this match are going to be Sevu Reece and George Bridge. And then fullback is going to be Will Jordan for this one. Now we will move on to the starting lineup of the Blues. And they are going to be as follows. There they are. The Blues lineup. Who is going to be the star in that lineup? That is the big question. We have also got Cruzy Boy in the chat, and he has said, hello, did you think the game was here today? Said Cruzy Boy, I did not. I did know that it was going to be a tomorrow, Sunday afternoon game, but I decided I would do a live preview and see if that is something that you guys would like to see in the future as well. We have also got Johnny Blake, sorry, Mike Jones Sr. has said, then comes Kirk Eklund suplexing Smith's misses. Okay, we come back to that. And we have also got UCR, says Henry Samuel, and I love Sevu's mock of Rico. Yeah, that was a little bit of a dig, wasn't it? When he was able to score, did the old arm cross there. And yeah, that's going to be the thing. Who is going to be able to do the arm cross in this match? And I feel like if they do, if Rico can score, he is going to be looking straight at Sevu Reece when he does it as well, just to kind of give him one back. But that was in the game a week before or after, wasn't it? If I'm not wrong, it was up against someone else other than the Blues, or was it? Because Sevu Reece, I don't think ended up score. Oh yeah, he did score. Maybe it was this game actually that he did do it in. But yeah, looking at that position, 61% for the Blues in the last match that these two sides played against each other for Super Rugby Aotearoa 2021. But we will look at the starting lineup now. The front three are going to be Carl Tuanuku-Afi, Kurt Eklund back from his suspension. He is going to be starting this match, scored 2 tries up against Crusaders the last time these two sides played off. Then it is going to be Nepo Lulala, who is going to be in the number 3 jersey. That is a change because it was Ofa Toingafasi for the last match that was up against the Highlanders. Then we move to the locks, and straight away it is going to be Kauli Tuioti and Sam Darry, who have been a decent pairing so far. Kauli Tuioti looking extremely strong in the past match against the Highlanders. He will be hoping to be able to do the same thing up against this Crusader side. Then we move to the loose forwards. Number 6 is going to be Blake Gibson. That is replacing Tom Robertson, who was the captain for a total of about... Was he the game before he was the captain as well? But in the last match, he was the captain for about 20 minutes. And then he did end up, I assume he is concussed at the moment since he didn't make his way back onto the field for that game. So it is going to be Blake Gibson replacing him. Then it is going to be Dalton Pavali in the number 7 jersey. Has the 8th most tackles in the competition with 65. But he is one game behind a lot of the other men who are ahead of him. So I feel like if he can have a decent game here, that will well and truly boost him up. And he was out for a match with a concussion a little bit earlier on in the season as well. Then number 8, Hoskins Attutu, a man who I feel could be able to score a try off the back of a scrum, because that's the thing, 2 massive 4-packs here, and it's going to get even bigger when we do see the benches as well, with the likes of Tamati Williams making his way onto the field for his debut. But then number 9, it is going to be Jonathan Ruru. Number 10 is going to be Harry Plummer. That is instead of Oteri Black. Interesting choice that they have decided to go with Plummer ahead of Oteri Black, who is going to be in the number 22 jersey for this one. Then we move to the centres. It is going to be Tanelo Talia, who is getting one of his first starts, if not his first start, and first appearance, I believe, of the Super Rugby Aotearoa competition as well. And then we have also got Rico Ioane in that number 13 jersey, who will be hoping that he will be able to get a few more running metres. At the moment, he was sitting very high up there in metres carried early on in the competition, but has had a couple quieter games as well since then. Then on the wings, it is going to be Caleb Clark and Mark Talia, 2 men who are very capable of being able to score tries. And then it is going to be number 15, Stephen Perafeta, who has played 15 very well throughout this season, I have felt, since he was replacing Bowden Barrett, who I think a lot of people felt was going to leave quite a big gap for the Blues. We have also got in NRL 21, they have new cutscenes as well, says Henry Samuel, and we have also got that's if he can ground the ball first, says Jordan Bryce as well. And we have got, whoops, didn't mean to send that by, says Jamie Noom as well. And we have also got Johnny Blaze a lock. The Blues locking combo is pretty average, to be honest. Yeah, they're not really big names, you would say, but Kauli Tuioti, I feel like he's in form. Sam Darry, I'm not too sure about. I haven't really seen too much from him this season so far, but yeah, I feel like Gerard Kauli Tuioti, that's the thing. When you look at the lock pairing of the Crusaders, though, you go Kauli Tuioti has been playing decently, but then you look at Scott Barrett and Sam Whitelock, who are a very strong lock pairing. So maybe the inexperience will come back to haunt them there. We have also got a whole heap of Aaron Smith's misses at the moment. Why is LF starting at 13? Says that will be Ryan, and that is Lester Fine-Anuku, and that is because of the fact that George Bridge is going to be in the number 11 jersey, and then Sever Reese is going to be on that right wing. So I guess it's one of those ones, they've got 3 very talented wingers, but they can't play them all at once. And then they have got the likes of Dallas McLeod and Manasa Mataele, who are going to be on the bench as well. So I feel like it's one of those ones, because of the injury of Goodhue, that opened up the opportunity for Lester Fine-Anuku to slot into that number 13 role. And at the moment, you look at his stats that he's got. He's second for the most metres carried with 548. He's got 25 defenders beaten. He is sitting third at the moment in the competition, and also 9 clean breaks. He is sitting second for that as well. We have also got, my school has 7 ovals. 7 more K. So that is a lot. I feel like our school, I think we have 1. And yeah, I think that's about it, to be fair. We have also got, they should give Sever Reese a run at centre. He played centre in high school. I went to high school high as well, said Johnny Blaze. I believe you played against them, if I do remember rightly, from one of the recent live streams. So who knows, maybe if there's an injury, I guess it would have to be maybe one of the centres getting injured and then another centre getting injured, because they have got Dallas McLeod, who is a strong player, on the bench as well in that number 22 jersey. But yeah, that is the starting lineup for the Blues. Now we will move on to the reserves, and there are a lot of exciting names on that bench for both sides. We have got a few debutants, I believe the word is. And they are the likes of Tamati Williams, who is going to be in that number 17 jersey. You've got Brodie McAllister, who has already scored a couple tries throughout the Super Rugby Aotearoa competition. That is because of that rolling maul of the Crusaders. It is just one of those ones that I feel like, yeah, that rolling ball is going to be a key for the Crusaders. And it's that big thing of, are they going to be taking 3 points or are they going to be taking the opportunity to score a try? Because at this stage, the Crusaders, they can almost determine who they are going to be facing in the final, which sounds bad because I feel like if that was the case, they may let the Blues win this one. But that's, I don't think that's going to happen in terms of the match fixing side of it. But it would be the case of if the Blues can beat the Crusaders here, they have got a very good chance of being able to make it to the final because it will be a playoff game between the Chiefs and the Blues for the last game of round 10. We have also got, I went to school with Mitch Dunshea, was in most of my classes as well, says Jordan Bryce, which is pretty awesome. And we have also got Blue Squad looking solid. Plummer is a good player, bro, at the Kiwi Lad, says David Lee as well. Yeah, he is getting his first start in the number 10 jersey, which I feel like quite a few people were surprised about because of the fact that they have got Teddy Black. But I guess maybe, now that I think about it, maybe for the kicking ability, Harry Plummer, very talented kicker. Teddy Black, I'm not sure what his kicking percentage is so far. I know he's about the 4th when it comes to the most points scored throughout the competition. So maybe they're going with Harry Plummer for that kicking ability as well, to give that a bit of a go. And we have also got Te Tairara Rangi, was in a lot of my classes as well at high school, college, as well, said Mike Jones Sr. So a lot of you guys went to school with these players, which is quite awesome that now they are all in the Super Rugby sides. We have also got his rod and log as the base of the Super Rugby Aotearoa trophy that the Crusaders broke last year, says Johnny Blaze as well. And we have also got, we play most games against other schools on those ovals. So we have games happening at the same time, says Morecake. And yeah, that is one thing that I feel like, I think maybe you could have 2 games of something happening on the school field where I live, but that is probably about it. But we have got the rugby grounds, which have about 6 different fields, 2 full-size ones and a whole heap of junior ones, I believe it is. And then we have also got Triple T has a very wide mouth, says Johnny Blaze. Haven't actually noticed, so I might have to have a look at that in the last round against the Blues. We have also got, and I hope I go to Chicago Blackhawks, which is a NHL team as well. And I believe that's actually the team that we play for when me and Dad play in a NHL as well. So weird coincidence there. We have got Plummer, future All Black. Dude is a solid first 5'8" also, says David Lee. Yeah, that's the thing. If he gets more opportunities for the Blues here, like in 10, I feel like is his better position. I don't think he liked playing 12 too much, like purely because of the fact that they have got options such as Tanelu Talia and also TJ Faiani. But I feel like he is more suited for that number 10 jersey, and this could be his best performance so far if he does get a chance to have the kicking tee as well. And then we have also got, don't think so, David, said Jordan Bryce, and Harry Plummer is not a future AB, says Johnny Blaze. David Havili is much better, and that is one of Jordan Bryce's favourite Crusaders, I have a feeling. And we have got, same says Henry Samuel, we have got, we have a rugby post on some of them on school campus and some across the road for soccer games and rugby on school campus as well, says Morecake. So you must go to quite a big high school, if I'm not wrong, Morecake. And we have also got, remember when Adesanya came over to our, I remember when Adesanya came over to our intermediate when he was in year 13 playing aggressive rugby with them in 8th grade, said Mike Jones Sr. as well. And then who knew that he was going to be moving on to a UFC champion after that. And Marcel Renata should be starting AB loose head prop as well. And yeah, that battle, Tamati Williams and Marcel Renata, when you look at those 2 benches, like those are strong when it comes to those props. Ollie Jaeger as well and Tuanga Fassi coming on late in this match. Then you've got the 2 debutants. I can't say that word properly. And then we have got Vakina and also Plumtree, both on debut, and Tamati Williams also going to be on debut for the Crusaders in this match. Then you've got Tom Sanders and Akira Ioane. That is going to be an exciting battle with both of them coming on for a loose forward later on in the match. Finley Christie has had a decent record when he has come off the bench in Super Rugby Aotearoa games, and Bryn Hall, solid halfback as well. Then you've got Teddy Black, maybe with a little bit of vision perhaps later on in the match to be able to find those gaps. Then you got the powerhouses that are Mata Eli and also AJ Lamb. Like those benches, I do like the look of them, and hopefully we do get to see a few of them have good games in this match as well. The Crusaders have number 10 cover, have no number 10 cover on their bench as well, and that is a good point. And I guess would they move, or I guess would Will Jordan? No, I don't know if they move Will Jordan there. Maybe David Havili would move to 10 Has he played much 10 lately? I remember he used to be number 10, was he? Or am I thinking of someone else? We have also got all the year 13s from Rotorua boys came over as well. Said Mike Jones Senior. We have got Izzy Adesanya grew up in Roto Vegas, correct? Said Johnny Blaze. And then we have also got Whanganui Roto Vegas at Johnny Blaze. And yeah, bro, Davey the man and Will Jordan, exciting play as well. And we have got Mike has said moved to NZ in around primary. Did his high school years in Vegas as well. And Izzy Adesanya is more of an All Black than the current All Blacks, says Johnny Blaze. And I guess if you had to put him in a position, would you either have him probably at lock for the height or maybe in the centres or on the wing? He's quite tall, so maybe you'd use that to your advantage and maybe put him as a lock perhaps. Havili ain't been selected in the All Blacks since I can remember. Didn't even tour last year. There are better options on the fullback. Not saying he's a bad player or anything, says David Lee as well. And that's the thing. Like David Havili, I think the reason he went to 12 was because of the fact that he wanted more chances to be able to get in the All Blacks, because of the fact that at the moment, when you talk about fullbacks, you've got Will Jordan, you've got Beauden Barrett if he does come back, you've got Damian McKenzie, who has been on a tear so far throughout the Super Rugby Aotearoa competition, and then you've also got the likes of, I guess you got Stephen Petafeta in there as well. And did I mention, I don't think I mentioned Geordie Barrett, or I may have mentioned Geordie Barrett, but I don't think I did. So we'll say Geordie Barrett because he is either going to be at fullback or maybe they'll try him on the wing again and see how that goes as well. And we have also got the Stylebender grew up in Rotorua. That's called AF as well. And he could be a flanker and grapple the ball out of the fellas in the ruck. Oh, yeah, I guess that's a good point. Turnovers 1 would be a relatively high number for him. If that was the case, I don't go to Chicago. I want the LA Kings as well, says Henry Samuel, and Geordie Barrett, utility back. He can play fullback too, said David Lee. And we have got Adesanya versus Suplex Eklund. Yeah, that was an interesting moment to say the least in that game. And it was one of those ones, everyone kind of thought Tuangafasi and Eklund were both going to get suspensions, but in the end, it was only Eklund who ended up getting that. Eklund submits Adesanya for his middleweight title after 5 suplex, taking him to Suplex City. By the sounds of it, Brock Lesnar would be proud, that is for sure. But yeah, I will quickly put up the lineups once again for anyone who is just tuning in. We are having a quick preview. I guess not really a quick one. We've been going for 52 minutes. I have just been talking flat out, and you guys have been here throughout it. But yeah, looking at the lineups once again, few changes, or actually quite a few changes, I should say, for the starting lineup of the Crusaders. The likes of Scott Barrett back at 4. 5 is going to be Whitelock for this one rather than Dunche. Then you've got almost all 3 changes. Yes, it is. So they have actually made 6 changes so far in the starting lineup for the Crusaders in their 4-pack. Those being Cody Taylor, Scott Barrett, Sam Whitelock, Blackadder, and also Cullen Grace and Sione Havili. Then the back line is staying exactly the same, and that is with Moanga at 10. The centres, David Havili and Lester Whainarnuku, and then the wings being George Bridge, Sevu Reece, with Will Jordan, who is very talented and sitting first in terms of the most metres carried. So we'll be hoping to extend that as well. And then having another quick look at the Blues lineup, it is going to be Karl Tuanukuafi. Then it is going to be Kurt Eklund back in the lineup. That is replacing Latero Tole and Nepo Lulala starting at 3 rather than Ofa Tuangafasi. Then the locks are going to once again be Gerard Cowley, Tuioti, and Sam Derry. Then loose forwards, Blake Gibson in that number 6 jersey because of the concussion of Robinson, and then Papali number 7, Hoskins Attutu, strong man off the back of a scrum at number 8. Then you've got Jonathan Ruru in the number 9 jersey. Harry Plummer moves into 10. That is replacing Otere Black, who is going to be on the bench for the start of this match. Then the centres are going to be made up of Tanelo Tulia, who is replacing TJ Faiani. Then Rico Ioane, who is actually co-captain with Dalton Papali for this match as well. Then the wingers are going to be Caleb Clark and Mark Talia with Perez starting in the number 15 jersey. And then once again, the benches, we've got 3 people who are going to be on debut, Tamati Williams, Vikina, and also Plumtree there. And then Akira Ioane, and Sanders are 2 players who I am looking forward to seeing off that bench. But yeah, the game is going to be taking place at 3:35 p.m. on Sunday afternoon. Should be a very exciting match. And I am going to be doing my watch-along live stream for that one as well, which will be including just having the scoreboard and me chatting about the game with you guys in the chat. We have also got Izzy Adesanya could lead the haka and Ayat Mara Atoje. And I don't know if I can read that part at the end. And we have also got, it seems like Izzy is rematching Marvin Vittori as well, which is an interesting one. And we have also got in there, as he has something else in mind. Oh no, we're going back to the Aaron Smith situation. We have got David Havili has come off lately, lucky to be playing rugby right now, in my opinion, the best number 12 in the world, in New Zealand. And yeah, he has probably, compared to the other sides, who has been a number 12 who hasn't been injured so far? Because, of course, Gutshu getting injured. He was in the number 13 jersey. Then it is Quintal Pye for the Chiefs has been injured. He is out for the rest of the season. Who else have we got for the Blues? TJ Faiani is not there anymore, so he hasn't really had a consistent run there. Then for the Hurricanes, you've got Lau Mape. He's been solid so far throughout the season, but hasn't really scored too many tries. But he has had a lot of running meters as well, I believe. And then who am I missing? I think I've said every team, Highlanders. And for the Highlanders, who is their go-to number 12? It is probably C.O. Tompkinson. But, yeah, I would say David Havili just a little bit higher in terms of the skill than him at times. We've also got, we'll see what your Uncle Fozzie drafts for ABs this year, bro, as well, says David Lee. And we have got my first NHL game as soon as well, says Henry. And we have also got put Rico as co-captain. It's like having Cullen at centre as well, said Mike Jones Sr. So he's not too happy with the decision, perhaps. But yeah, co-captain Rico and Dalton Pavali. And I guess that's just because Tui Pelotu injured, then Robinson injured. I don't think you want that captain's badge at the Blues, or else you do end up in a situation of getting yourself injured. Because I guess you could also look at the fact that who else would you have other than Pavali and Rico Ioane? I guess you could maybe look at... looking through, I'm not sure who you would give it to. Who is the player who has been kind of around the longest? Maybe if TJ Faiani was playing, I would have said maybe give it to him, but he is not there. So yeah, it is going to be co-captain Pavali and also Rico Ioane. We have got Uncle Hanging Guts Fossino as well. Rico co-captain, geez, that's a bit desperate from Leon McDonald. Well, no offense, says Johnny Blaze as well. And we have got just the offensive awareness and the defensive for me is why Davey the best. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting match. Who in that back line for either side? I feel like the matchup that is going to be an exciting one. Probably you'd say Will Jordan and Peter Feta facing off. Then you've also got Sever Reese and Caleb Clark on the same side of the field. And that is going to be one that is going to be exciting as well. Then you've got Lester Fainanuku facing off of Rico Ioane. Yeah, I don't know who I'd give that one to be honest. But then you've got Richie Mo'unga in the number 10 jersey. He is sitting second for the defenders beaten. He is sitting on 31 defenders beaten at the moment in the competition, and third for the points. He is sitting on 81. Damian McKenzie, though, Mr. Cool, Calm and Collected, has won his team a few games, and he is now sitting on 97. So more than likely, he will be able to bring up the 100 points in the next game as well. We have also got, and not pass the ball to his wingers, says Johnny Blaze. And Rico teaching his team how to not drop the ball at the line, said Mike Jones Sr. as well. We have got George Meyer in the chat, has said, hey, how are you? I am good, mate. Thank you for tuning in as well. Who are you picking for this one, George? Are you picking your Crusaders, or are you possibly going for the Blues as a bit of an upset here? Caleb and Sevu both damn strong, says Jordan Bryce. Yeah, that matchup, we didn't get to see too much of it in the first match between the two sides, but I feel like we will get to see it a little bit more in this one. But then that will depend on the weather as well. Hopefully, if it's anything like here, it may be raining a little bit in Christchurch, but hopefully that will be not happening for too much longer, and we do get to see a game not affected by rain, because as soon as it's affected by rain, it's one of those ones that everyone will go for that kicking game rather than the running and hitting it up. We'll have a lot of scrums, and yeah, I feel like that's not really what probably either team want, because both sides are kind of guilty of giving away a few too many penalties at scrum time, but they have both got a few strong people when it comes to scrum time as well, the likes of Attutu and Cullen Grace off the back. I did see that Scott Robertson actually made the comment of Cullen Grace needs to step up a little bit more. He did say that he's lost his surprise factor, I think it was. And yeah, it's one of those ones that hopefully he has a good game in the number 8 jersey, the local fella just up the road as well. We have got also playing with little, oh no, we got MH Choi has said Blues go Blues. I can't read that one out, Johnny Blues, I don't think as well, but thank you very much for tuning in, MH Choi. Greetings from Malaysia as well. So that is pretty awesome that you are here. And the game is going to be taking place. What time is it in Malaysia at the moment? MH Choi, do let me know. Hello, friend. Pleasure to join you again, says Raymond Ram. And thank you very much for tuning in, mate. We have been going through. I see full time. It was actually Bulldogs 18, Sharks to 12 as well. But yeah, we are going through the lineups and also a little bit of a preview of this match. I guess I could say a little bit of a preview, but we have almost been going for an hour, which is a crazy amount of time now that I think about it. Normally my preview videos are 5 minutes or so, but I have been talking flat out. You guys have been here as well, and I do appreciate you all for that as well. We have got first goal, says Henry Samuel. I'm thinking Crusaders if the Blues don't play well, says George Meyer. And yeah, I feel like it's also that situation. Penalties. Both sides' discipline needs to be on point here because whoever ends up giving away more penalties, I feel will end up losing this game just because of the fact that you can't really afford to let Mo'unga, also Harry Plummer, very skilled goal kicker, like you can't afford to just keep on letting them tick up the 3 points because then you get in that situation of not just ending up with a whole heap of points against you, but also perhaps a man in the bin. But the Crusaders only having 2 yellow cards so far this season, and the Blues having 3. The team in first for that is actually the Hurricanes. They've had 7, which is quite a high number. That is for sure. We have also got Rico showing Fozzie how much of a mupper he is sometimes, says Johnny Blaze as well. Rico showing his boys how to dye the tips of their hair as well, says Johnny Blaze. And we have got, what's your AB23? Jordan Bryce, says Johnny Blaze. And before RDM Moody got injured, I had made a starting 15 for the All Blacks as well, says Jordan Bryce. Yeah, if you want to let us know who it is, please do. We have got greetings from the filthy, murky Waikato River, said Johnny Blaze. And we have got Mike Jones Sr. has said also showing the fellas how to use a mirror as well. But yeah, these 2 lineups, I will go through them once again. I do see we have a few new people tuning in. So if you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are going to be doing our watch along live stream, which is going to be taking place tomorrow. And that is going to be at 3:35 p.m. kickoff, which is when this game is going to be taking place. And that should be a very exciting one. The table at the moment, the Blues are sitting 5 points behind the Chiefs with a game in hand. They need this win if they do want a chance of making that final, or it will just be a very tough one for them to be able to beat the Chiefs by probably you're looking at around 30 points or so in the next round to be able to make it to that final. But if the Crusaders win this, they get the home final. If the Blues win this, it makes it very close for the next round. We have also got call up Wairapa Bush as well from Ori Ori. Hopefully I've said that right. And he is, and yeah, he said yeehaw. And we have also got what if Blues lose with a bonus point, then beat Chiefs with a bonus point or none, points differential, says Lex. Axel, yeah. So if they get the 1 point and then they get the bonus point against the Chiefs and the Chiefs don't get a bonus point for being within 7, that would then mean that the Blues get to move on to that final. So it's one of those ones that is going to be very close if the Blues do end up either winning this game or getting very close. So it's just one of those ones we will have to wait and see till after the match to really be able to tell who is going to be moving on to that Super Rugby Aotearoa final. But if the Crusaders win, that is for sure that they will be ending up with the home final. If the Crusaders lose, though, whoever wins out of the Chiefs and the Blues may actually end up with that home final, depending on who it is and how well they win by. And we have also got where Kane at. Jordan Bryce, he's injured, says David Lee as well. And we have also got Moody, Taylor, Tornuki, Afi, Tupo, Vai, Whitelock, Frizzell, Savia, Satutu, Smith at 9. Then we have got Mo'unga, Nariki, Havili, Rico, Severis, and Geordie for the starting 15 as well. Kiora, brother from Fury 5, Foal 6. Hopefully I've pronounced that right. But thank you very much for tuning in, mate. Hope you are doing well. And hope you guys are all excited for this match that is going to be taking place tomorrow. Do let me know in the chat if you haven't already what your score prediction is for this match. And yeah, do let me know also. I will ask the ones who have already said what they think the score prediction is going to be. Let me know who you think is going to score the opening try of this match. I am keen to hear what you guys think. And also, if you want to be even more specific, what time in the match is it going to be scored? Let's see if anyone can get it 100% right. And yeah, if you do, I will be well and truly impressed. That is for sure. He's locked here locked down in Fiji. Nice tuning in to your commentary as well, says Raymond Ram. So how long are they in lockdown in Fiji for, Raymond Ram? Do let me know. Put reset captain teaching the boys how to. Oh no, we have got also. I prefer Artie than Kane, says Jordan Bryce, and Bulla Bulla Fijian brother is the grog on lockdown too, says Johnny Blaze. We have got Blues win, says Henry Samuel. We have got to go with Mackenzie at fullback, and I feel like that is one that is pretty tough to argue. Although Will Jordan also well and truly up there. And then you've got Geordie Barrett. We've got fullbacks for days in New Zealand at the moment. We are very lucky in that regard. Like Jordan at the moment has the most meters carried in Super Rugby Aotearoa. Then you've got Damian McKenzie, the top point scorer, very capable goal kicker as well, if you do have that as the option. That's the thing. I will ask the question as well. I feel like I'm asking you guys a lot of questions, but if you had the situation of if you were picking either Mwanga or McKenzie, if they were both on the field, who are you going with as your goal kicker? That is a big question, and I am excited to see what you guys are going to say. We have got Anna Whakatawa didn't get injured. He'd be starting over Smith as well, says Jordan Bryce. Yeah, it is a shame for Whakatawa having that. I think it's ACL, wasn't it? And it means that he is going to be out for the rest of the season and Super Rugby Trans-Tasman. And he was one of those players, he was on the up. Like, he was scoring quite a few tries, looking dangerous while doing it as well with his kind of vision as the number 9. And I feel like he's got that different kind of style to Smith. Smith is a very good player. He's got that kicking game that's very strong and also his passes. But for Whakatawa, he's one of those halfbacks. He will get in that ruck and get absolutely walloped by the man who is trying to clean him out. And he'll do it again the next minute because of the fact that he just loves trying to get in and get the ball for his side. And he has won quite a few turnovers doing that as well. McKenzie doesn't perform at test level, said Jordan Bryce as well. I got Cody Taylor scoring in the 13th minute, says Jordan Bryce. Is that off a rolling maul or is that just in general? Jordan Bryce, of course, Cody Taylor sitting the top try scorer of the competition at the moment with 6. Nariki in second with 4, and he has had not too many performances because of that injury. Scored the hat trick in one match. So far throughout this competition, we've had 2. We've had 2 hat tricks, which was Geordie Barrett and also Jonah Nariki. Eklund and Taylor going to throw handbags. Yeah, I feel like that's going to be a battle in the front row. And it's going to be a very interesting one, that is for sure. Both of them maybe have a little bit of a temper when it comes to those scrums because of the fact that last time they were both in the front row, if I'm not wrong, we ended up in that situation of Cody Taylor or someone pushed Eklund while he was on the ground or something like that, and it ended up reversing a penalty or was it Cody Taylor rubbing his hand in someone else's face or something like that. So that is why a penalty got reversed. But then that makes me think back to the very first match. I don't know if you guys remember. It was actually the Crusaders versus Highlanders at Forsyth Bar. It was Joe Moody and who was it? It was one of the locks whose name I can't quite think of. But he was just hanging on to Joe Moody's shirt, and Joe Moody just started open palm striking him in the noggin. And it was an Irish lock, wasn't it, for the Highlanders? He may be injured now. The Highlanders have had like 10 injuries so far in the Super Rugby Aotearoa competition, and that's not even an exaggeration, or maybe 9, so maybe it is just a little bit of one as well. Crusaders 34-26 for Ryan, and we have also got 3-0 to LA Kings in his game of hockey. We have also everything is against the Blues. Plummer at 10. Crusaders don't lose 2 in a row, says Lax Axel as well. Yeah, it's going to be an upward battle for them. I believe if you guys are interested in the odds, I think it was $1.30 for the Crusaders and about $3 something for the Blues. So you're in that predicament of, yeah, they aren't expected to win, but I don't think the Blues know that. They want to fight hard here and they want to make it into that Super Rugby Aotearoa final to perhaps face the Crusaders once again. Or I think it will be facing the Crusaders actually if they do make it through to that final. We have also got lockdowns won't cancel the Krog sessions, says Ez Garoya. Welcome thank you for tuning in, mate, as well. These pandemic lockdowns are hurting is more than this fake pandemic, as well, says Johnny Blaze. We have also got he's going to run the length of the field. Rolling maul, said Jordan Bryce as well. Tell you what, I wouldn't put it against Cody Taylor. He did have that big run early on in the season. Like, he has got pace. That's one thing I noticed in the Reds versus Western Force game. Have you guys seen Taniela Tupou when he starts getting up ahead of steam? Because that man, I guess you could just say he's a bulldozer, because he ran through about 6 men and scored the try for the Reds in the match yesterday. But in the end, the Western Force pulling off that big upset. So, it's one of those ones that now it is going to be the Rebels versus the Brumbies, the Western Force versus the Brumbies, if that game can take place. And then the winner of that will move on to the final against the Reds. We have got Kathy in the chat has said, if Roger Tuivasa Sheck makes the ABs, who do you think he will replace? That's a good one, because of the fact that I feel like, do we know what position he is going to be playing yet? Because I think he was going to be possibly fullback, wasn't he? It was rumoured. And then it's one of those ones, if it's in the ABs, that fullback role is hard to come by. So if he was going in the centres, maybe you'd say he'd play 13, would he? I'm not too sure. It just depends on where he wants to play, I guess, is the big thing. And, I'm sure he will have a spot there if he can play well enough. But that's the thing. He's going to have to work hard, because it isn't that easy to get into those All Blacks jerseys. But hopefully, we will get to see a strong All Blacks team up against Italy, which is happening in about July, I believe, if I'm not wrong, as well as Australia versus France, which is going to be a fun one as well. We have also got cover is illegal in Australia. They classify it as a drug, says Johnny Plays as well. And we have also got who on this chat has ever played prop? If so, what is it like in a scrum or in the scrum, says Johnny Plays. That's a good question. And I've always wondered, because it seems like, I mean, they talk about the pack weights of 900 kgs. I'm going to sound like I have no idea what's going on, but surely when you're like going up against another guy and you've got guys behind you pushing you, like that's got to put some serious, like, I was going to say twerk, but that's not the right word. Serious, like, pressure on your shoulders. Definitely when the front row goes down. Like, I remember foot drop flats. I'm not sure how many of you remember that. Some of you may not even be old enough to remember foot drop flats. I've said it wrong, I think, twice in a row. But in the scrums, they were showing that, like, the fellas just end up punching each other so the guy stands up, so that it is going to be a penalty for the front row standing up in that regard. I don't think that's allowed nowadays, though. Too many cameras. So I don't think you could get away with that. That is for sure. We have also got, we can't have Super Rugby Aotearoa again. Too many injuries, says Lax Axel. And yeah, that's the thing. Like, these sides, they go out there and they are physical and they will just pretty much destroy each other's bodies in this regard. Like, we've had probably, if you had to do the maths, it's probably been 20 injuries so far over a 9-week period, maybe even up to 25. Like, in terms of a few concussions, the likes of Blackadder, Papali, Robinson, Mitchell. Luke Jacobson is the name I was looking for. And then you've got all these injuries, like ACL ones and everything. Like, they are kind of a little bit different, you could say, but it is just one of those ones that, a lot of injuries, because they are playing very physical rugby every single week. And that will be kind of the same for Super Rugby Trans-Tasman as well. So we will have to wait and see how that does go. And hopefully we won't have too many injuries throughout that competition. And we have got Australia versus NZ open borders, says Henry Samuel. Although I do know that New Zealand have closed it to Perth once again because of the lockdown that they are going to be having for 3 days. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck will replace Sam Whitelock at lock as well, says Johnny Blaze. And we have also got, imagine trying to tackle Tanela Tupou at full pace. Good luck with that. Yeah. It's one of those ones that as soon as he's even going half speed, like, that's the thing. They always describe his legs as tree trunks. And it's like it takes two arms to wrap around one to be able to take him down. And then that's as long as he is kind of standing half by still. Like, how are you supposed to tie up two legs with that man? Like, either you need extremely long arms. Maybe that is where Israel Adesanya could come in to tackle. Could end up maybe tackling Tanela Tupou because of the fact he's got quite a reach, Israel Adesanya, wrapping right around those legs. But then you got to hang on for dear life as well when you are. I feel like if a halfback was on either one of Tanela Tupou's legs, he would still just keep on running at probably half speed and hardly notice them. Like, he just seems like he's got insane leg power, and he is a dangerous man in that Reds jersey as well. I'm looking forward to seeing him come up against some of the New Zealand players. And tell you what, someone who got pretty hard hit, or got hit pretty hard, I should say, in that match between the Reds and the Western Force yesterday. Tavita Kurandrani, that hit on Hunter Paisami, a man who's known for giving out big hits in that midfield. He got one from Tavita Kurandrani, and Hunter Paisami actually went off the field after that. I mean, he got dropped on his head earlier on by Tavita Kurandrani, which was the yellow card, but then, he ended up going off. So hopefully he's not out for too long, because it will be interesting to see the likes of him versus Laumape in the midfield for Hurricanes versus Reds. That could be quite the battle. Or Tompkinson, I guess you could say as well. He is one who loves to throw the body around if he gets the chance. Will play centre. He has no kicking games with Mike Jones Senior for Roger Tuivasa-Sheck as well. And then we have also got, I might sabotage Crusaders and Streak tomorrow when Will Jordan makes a clean break, says Lax Axel as well. I feel like that's probably not a good idea. And I will just disclose, because I probably have to now, do not do anything like that. The Kiwi lads are not responsible for any broken rules at the games, as we do try and tell you not to do it. Is that a good? I feel like that was a terrible disclaimer. Don't do it, or else we'll end up into a lawsuit. I have a feeling David Lee has said, I think Roger Tuivasa-Sheck played centres back in high school, days before switching to league. And will we see a crowd haka again, says Orion? And that is a good question. We will have to wait and see. And we have also got the UFC guy who done his cringe haka at the weigh-in as well, says Johnny Blaze. And we have also got Nan Crowd, Sweet Caroline, kill me, says Lax Axel. And is Quintuaya out for the whole season? I believe it was a 6 to 8 week injury, is Karoi. So he is going to be more than likely missing most of Super Rugby train stats and maybe coming back for one of the later weeks if he is lucky. But yeah, it's not as long as the likes of Falau Fakatava's injury or Sam Kane's or anyone like that, but it is still a relatively long one. I think Artie Savia was actually about the same, or maybe he was actually longer than Quintupaia. He might have been the season ender for his injury. Caroline is a sour cow. She is not sweet at all. She has a cold heart. Johnny Blaze's first girlfriend who dumped me because I'm 4 foot ugly and poor, said Johnny Blaze. So that is who Caroline is. So that must bring you some bad memories every time you go to a rugby stadium and they break out. Bit of Neil Diamond. And we have also got Henry Ravitchel. I always struggle with, I feel like you know by now I do struggle with your last name every time. We'll call you Henry. And he has said, hi, bro. Welcome to the live stream, mate. But yeah, we have been going for an hour 15. We've almost been going with a preview of the match as long as the actual match will be, which is a little bit crazy. But hopefully you guys have been enjoying. I haven't actually been able to see the likes or anything like that. So if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and we will be doing the watch-along live stream tomorrow, 3:35 p.m. kickoff for this match. I will quickly go through the lineups for any of you who have just tuned in now, and Henry has got the laughing emojis. We will be calling the Waratahs Rebels, says Kathy. Oh, that game's actually starting now, so I don't think I will be able to do that game. Unfortunately, I have gone a bit long with this one, but it is also the situation of that game, unfortunately, due to the Western Force winning, although it is good for the Western Force, of course, but it means that the Rebels can't actually make it into one of those playoff games that are going to be happening next week, which is between the Brumbies and the Western Force, and the winner of that will move on to the final to face the Reds. We have also got Johnny Blaze and Dazed. See Johnny Blaze as well. But I will go through the lineups as well so you guys can see exactly who is going to be on the field and who has been changed. So for the Crusaders, changing 6 of their forwards in this match. Cody Taylor back in the number 2 jersey. Barrett moves back to 4. Whitelock back in the starting lineup. The man who has the most lineouts won in the Super Rugby Aotearoa competition. Then we move to the loose forwards. Blackadder, Sione Havili, and also Cullen Grace. 3 changes there as well. Then the back line is going to be identical to the last match with Drummond, Mawanga, Havili, and Whaiananuku making up the centres. George Bridge and Severis on the 2 wings, and then Will Jordan at fullback. Then we move to the Blues lineup, and it is going to be Big Kautua Nokiafi in the number 1 jersey. He would love to pick himself up a try in this one. Eklund back in the number 2 jersey after the suspension has finished, and then also Nepalulala starting this one over Alpha Toingafasi. And then we have got Kelly Tuioti and Derry as the locks. Gibson, Papali, and Satutu make up the loose forwards. Also Papali back in, not back in, but he is going to be co-captain for this one with Rico Ioane. Then at 9, it is going to be Ruru. Plummer is going to be starting at 10 for the first time this season. That is because of Teddy Black now on the bench. Then we have got Danilo Talia in the midfield with Rico Ioane. Mark Talia and Caleb Clark are going to be on the wings, and Stephen Perafeta in that number 15 jersey. Then looking at the benches, 3 men who are going to be on debut. Tamati Williams, Vikina, and also going to be Plumtree as the other one. And then Brody McAllister is going to be a strong man for the Crusaders in that number 16 jersey, already picking up a couple tries for himself this season. And then you've got the power of Mataeli and AJ Lamb in the number 23 jerseys. Bryn Hall and Christie as the halfback replacements, and Tom Sanders and Akira Ioane are going to be the men who are going to be coming on for the loose forwards. So that is the starting lineup, and also the reserves for these 2 sides. And we have also got, do you need to prepare before a stream, says Johnny Blaze. Normally I do. I have a thumbnail made beforehand, but I also, I end up doing the thumbnail, and then I've got a set of lights here and a set of lights here, and then also getting the screen sharing and everything organized. And now I have been upgrading a little bit, I guess you could say, in terms of the setup, and that is with having the lineups. I am going to be incorporating them into the matches a little bit more as well. But then also, normally I'd have all of my stats written down that I am going to be talking about throughout the game beforehand as well. But there's a little bit of preparation, but nothing too bad. Overall, do you plan on purchasing more gear for your streams, e.g. camera, microphone, etc.? I am hoping to be able to get a new camera at some stage, just because of the fact that this one it seems the lights go all right, but the lighting overall on the camera and the quality seems to not be that great on live streams. So I am hoping that, at some stage I would like to upgrade the camera. We've got the microphone at the moment, but I think we might be looking at getting a different one at some stage, maybe one of those ones just to have right in front, or just upgrading it a little bit. And we have also got I need to score. Now it is 3-3. Says Henry Samuel. I need to score as well, mate. My wife said no, I'm not allowed. I'm struggling, mate. And we have also got, have you got paid your YouTube money yet? I did actually. We did get paid a little bit ago. I don't know whether I'm allowed to say any more about it, but yeah, we did receive a payment. So that is what, like, I feel like I'm going to be pretty much any money that this channel makes is going straight back into the channel. So pretty much, it's going to be going into probably a new camera for the live streams. Also, maybe a new microphone, bit more lighting might be on the cards, because these ones, they do a bit, but this one's very bright. And I feel like there is a better option than that one, as well as I'm thinking about maybe investing into a green screen so that I can have a little bit more of a background happening, and also just those other kind of things we are thinking about for the channel. But of course, with that comes funding and we will have to pay quite a bit for that. But I feel like overall, hopefully it would be worth it. These guys, these guys, we have been working hard, and hopefully you guys will continue to enjoy the videos, was what I was trying to say, but my brain wasn't working. We have also got, are you allowed to tell us how much you got? What's YouTube's cut? Said Johnny Blaze. I don't know if I'm supposed to. I don't know. I know that I had to I had to actually fill out tax information because I'm outside of the US. So I think they take some money, maybe only a little bit, if I'm not wrong. And then YouTube, their cut is probably, I don't know, it's probably more than you think, but also maybe less than you think. Like it's a reasonable sum of the channel revenue goes to YouTube, I think. But it is. We still get something. A green screen would be awesome. Green screen, but some big booty beaches twerking, said Johnny Plays as well. I mean, I was thinking more for like just maybe in general, just a rugby photo, but I guess that could work as well. But yeah, hopefully you guys will continue to enjoy the videos, and yeah, just you guys watching them does support us big time. And we do appreciate it. No worries, mate. Don't need to say if YouTube will give you a yellow card. Yeah, that's the thing. I struggle to know what I am and like aren't allowed to say. And I don't really want to push too many boundaries in terms of that, just in case. But I assume, I know there are videos that people make about it, but I'm not sure how they get away with doing it. And I haven't really looked into it as much as I possibly should have as well. But yeah, anyone who is just tuning in now, the game is going to be taking place tomorrow, 3:35 p.m. Blues versus, or Crusaders versus Blues, I should say, at OrangeTheory Stadium. YouTube pays poorly, says the Rugby Guru, and he is a man who knows quite a bit about the YouTube monetization system. He actually, Rugby Guru had to wait 5 months or so to be able to get his verification pin to be able to, actually get monetized. And I'm trying to, that this is a family-friendly channel as well, says Henry Samuel. And we have got Green Screen George and stubbies and a Spates in hat. The Southern man is in his natural environment. Yeah, maybe it would open up a deal. Oh, I don't know whether Spates would want to sponsor us, since we don't really have, I don't know how many, I mean, some of you guys probably do drink, but some of you may be too young to drink. So I don't think Spates would be a good opportunity to have as a sponsor of the stream. Bad thing the Crusaders play bad in the rain, says Liam. So that is a good point as well. Like, I feel like most teams do struggle when it is a little bit wet, but then, we don't want the game to be affected by rain. We want to see these two sides playing off big time and not really playing the kicking game. I feel like that is something that almost let the Crusaders down a little bit in the game against the Chiefs. And it's kind of one of those ones, they ended up kicking that ball away when maybe if they had hit a gap with Will Jordan or someone like that, like they have got the ability of being able to hit it up with those forwards and also creating opportunities in that back line. They just need to make sure that they don't end up just kicking the ball away aimlessly, and also make sure that they don't give away too many penalties. But looking at the last time these two played, round 4, 2021, the most meters carried in this match was Leicester Whainanoku at 83. Controversial try at the time. That was that one that he did score when he was going almost over the touchline, and it was the big debate of whether or not the foot did touch the ground. But then there were also 59 metres carried for Will Jordan. Blackadder was able to make 16 tackles. Havili made 14, and then Taylor made 13. He also had the turnover one as well, and he seems to love playing Super Rugby Aotearoa this year because he has been scoring a whole heap of tries, making a whole heap of tackles. He scored the most tries. He's made the most tackles in the competition at the moment, and he will be hoping that he can pick himself up another in this one. We've got, they scored 18 points versus Crusaders in 2020 in the rain as well, says Liam, and we have got YouTube, sounds like my old boss, said Johnny Blaze, and we have got hat-trick as well for Henry Samuel. We have got, no booties, please, rugby boots, yes, sir, as well, and we have also got Musaida, says Adam Cooper. Welcome to the live stream, mate. And we have got and second half points and 7 second half points versus the Canes 2021, and we are winning 5-3. That's a good question, or that I should ask as well. Do you guys know how many games it has been raining for this competition? I feel like we've only had 1 or 2 max. Like, we have actually been very lucky in terms of the weather that we have had throughout Super Rugby Aotearoa. Like, I feel like it could have been a lot worse, and hopefully I haven't just jinxed that. I have to touch wood there because of the fact that it will now probably rain for every game from here, including the final. But we don't want a raining final. The only way you want it to be raining in the final, oops, I just twisted my light round. Might have just broken it. But the only way we want rain is if it was the Highlanders having a home final because they're indoors. Like, that is the only way you want rain to be affecting a Super Rugby final. But yes, straight after Super Rugby finishes, Super Rugby Aotearoa that is, and also Super Rugby AU, the final for their Super Rugby competition is going to be straight after the Super Rugby Aotearoa one. That is going to be on the 8th of May on Saturday at 7:05 p.m. kickoff, I believe it will be, for the New Zealand competition, and 9:45 for the Australian competition. Who won Rainbow Cup games, says Johnny Blaze. And I believe, if I'm not wrong, it was actually Connacht who were able to get the win over Ulster, which was a bit of an upset, I believe. I'm not too sure. I think Zebre versus, who were they playing? Edinburgh. I think Edinburgh were able to get that win, but I could be wrong there. But I know Connacht were able to win the game against Ulster. I think it was 28-24, 26-24, or somewhere around there. But a big game that is going to be happening tonight, or I guess tomorrow morning at, I think it is 7:35 a.m. and it is going to be the game between the Leinster and Munster teams. And I was hoping to do a live stream for that, but I feel like that's going to be too early to be starting because of the fact that it will be, by the time I finish editing and everything tonight, it's probably going to be like at least 2 a.m. So then I think I want to make sure that I am fresh for the live stream tomorrow for the match between the Blues and the Crusaders, because I feel like you guys, I mean, it's going to be a big one, that is for sure. Like, I know there is a lot of hype around this match, and the fact that the Blues get something out of it if they win, and the Crusaders get something out of it if they win, it's one of those ones you can't go wrong. And yeah, it's going to be exciting. Most offloads in the competition, most tries as well for the Crusaders so far. Of course, they have played the extra game over the Blues, but it is going to be exciting to see what is going to happen in that one next. I reckon Richie and Will and Taylor will score. So 3 Crusaders tries there. And that's the thing. If the Crusaders can score more points than the Blues by 7 or more, that would almost knock out the possibility of the Blues being able to make it to the final, other than points differential. Of course, Neil Singh has said, do you think it will be a low-scoring game tomorrow? And that is a good question. I think if it's going to be nice weather, it will be quite high-scoring like the last time with 43-27, because it just seems to be one of those ones that these two sides, unless it's a game like the Blues and the Chiefs, I guess it could be, which was 15-12 in the end to the Chiefs. But it's one of those ones, I feel like if it's going to rain, like it was raining before and we had thunderstorms and everything, and I'm only a couple hours south from when the game, or where the game is going to be played. So if it does end up in the situation of being a rainy afternoon game, I feel like it is going to be a lower scoring one, because everyone will be going for that territory game and also taking the penalties when they do arise as well. But I think if it is going to be a nice dry day, sun's out, maybe not too bright or else people might not be able to see properly. But if it's a nice day, I think it could be a high scoring one. I'm thinking maybe 6 tries or more in this match. My granddaddy is from Scotland. I want to learn how to play bagpipes instead of smoking from a pipe, said Johnny Plays as well. And we have also got Anyuani and Perafetto will also score. And we have also got George Meyer said, go England. Who are you backing? I assume you're backing, go England? Who's playing? Is it the Women's Six Nations with England playing? Or are you talking about the Premiership, George? Do let me know. And then we have also got, I think, Talau Talia. And Rico will run hard at David Havili all night. Although last time Havili making 14 tackles, which was a decent number for a man in the centres. That's someone who I feel like a lot of people, like, I'm talking about, centres here. Quintal Pyer made a lot of tackles throughout this Super Rugby Aotearoa competition before he got injured. I feel like not too many people were talking about him, but he was playing very well, making a lot of tackles. And it's one of those ones that if your centres make a lot of tackles, it does just make it a lot more of an opportunity for some of your other players when they do get the ball to have a chance of being able to score. Right now, just in general, the world heresy. Go England, George Meyer as well. If bad, like 2016 as well for Raging Flat or for Liam, if it is a rainy day. I reckon if good weather, it will be 35-21. So that is a high-scoring one. Is it cold yet in Waimate? It's starting to get chilly here in the Waikato. Swing low as well, says Johnny Blaze. Yeah, it is starting to get a bit colder around here. Like, I think today we're probably only looking at, I don't know weather or temperature too well, maybe 10 when the sun wasn't out, or somewhere around there. Like, it's starting to get colder at night time. Like, the fire's going to have to get lit soon. So I think I am going to be moving over. That's not how you say hierarchy. Is it hierarchy? I kind of just went straight past it. You got an extra, wait, you spelled it differently twice. What one am I supposed to be trying to spell? Who knew Chiefs would be on a hot winning streak, said Neil Singh. Yeah, I feel like the fact that they lost all of their games, because of the fact that they did lose all of their games last year, no one was expecting them to be on a 5-match winning streak. And now they are in the situation of maybe being able to make it to the finals. It's pronounced hierarchy. Is it the first way you spelt it or the second way, George? Do let me know. And also, Prince Philip looked dead 10 years ago, said Johnny Blaze as well. Of course, RIP. We have got, I should show the lineups again, shouldn't I? So you guys who are just tuning in now do get an idea of who is going to be playing. A lot of changes in the starting lineup for the Crusaders there, but they have gone with the exact same backline with David Avili and Whainanoku in the midfield, and then Sever Reese and George Bridge on the wing. That is going to be exciting. Sever Reese facing off against Caleb Clark. We're going to get to see it for the second time. And then Will Jordan at number 15 and Mwanga at 10. Then we look at the starting lineup of the Blues, and it is going to be a little bit similar to the last match that they did play against the Highlanders, and they actually lost that match 35-29. So both sides coming off a loss here. And then it is going to be the back line with Harry Plummer in the number 10 jersey for the first time so far this season with the Terry Black on the bench. Then it is going to be Talau Talia. He is going to be in the number 12 jersey for this one. And then also we have got the likes of Gibson in the number 6 jersey because of Robertson's injury. Eklund returning from his suspension, getting a little bit of game time there with Dalton Pawali and Rico Ioane being the co-captains. Then on the bench, we got 3 men who are going to be on debut, which is Williams, Vikina, and also Plumtree. Gary Ioane and Sanders are both in the number 20 jersey. And then you have got Mataele and AJ Lamb, who are going to be strong in that number 23 jersey for those sides. The first one, said George Meyer as well. And I wore Chief shirt for first time last night, first time in over a year, said Johnny Blaze. So he is starting to get behind his side as well. And we have got, sorry, I'm back, says Saluni. No worries, mate. Thank you very much for tuning back in as well. 19 combined will hopefully be good as well, says Liam. That would be Mitch Drummond and also Richie Moanga. And then we have also got, I saw Vancouver, said Henry. And which debutants will have impact, you reckon, if enough time, of course? I think looking at this, I mean, Tamati Williams, I believe, is he 6'5", I think is his height. He's a huge individual, and he can run with the ball in hand like he is a back. Like, he kind of reminds me a little bit of Taniela Tupou with a lot more height. And I feel like he could have quite an impact in those scrums. Definitely if it's dry as well. If it is wet, it could be a little bit different. But if he can have a little bit of grip there in those scrums, he could be a lot of trouble for it. Would be Ofa Tuangafasi, so there could be a few penalties on that side. But then also the likes of, I think I haven't really seen too much of Plumtree or Vikina But I believe that Plumtree, is he Welsh, if I'm not wrong. And apparently he is quite a good young player. So it will be all right to see him in that number 19 jersey for this one. And we have also got Prince Harry and is whinging about how multi-million lives. We have got also the Crusaders will do okay if their full pack works hard. Then the backs can do what they do, as well, says George Meyer. And we have also got patented that I patented that I live stream on my Xbox, and you, IC, and Carmen are in it, and other people, says Henry Samuel as well. And we have also got Akira, the running man for Blues, enforcer for ABs, says Lax Axel. And yeah, I keep on looking back at those Tri Nations games that he did get to play. He was looking strong in that first match up until the point of that red card of Alfa Tuangafasi, which then led to him unfortunately having to come off the field since they were only going to be allowed 14 men out there. And it's just one of those ones, he was going well, and I feel like if he had been able to finish that game, like a lot more people would have said maybe he could secure himself that spot in the starting lineup. But now it's one of those interesting ones. We've got a lot of loose forwards in New Zealand at the moment who all want to make their way into that All Blacks jersey, and it's going to be an interesting one to see who is going to actually get picked for those games against Italy. I'm wondering whether they'll go with a little bit more of an experimental side against Italy, or whether they are going to go full throttle and try and really ramp up those points. And we have also got AMD started supporting the Chiefs again. I rang my cowbell loud when Geordie B would do his kicks, trying to make a noise to put him off as well. Of course, you were at the game as well. So that would have been a pretty awesome atmosphere. 2 weeks. Were you at the last game as well, Johnny Blaze? I think you were. So 2 weeks in a row. Tell you what, you might have to keep on going to the games, Johnny Blaze, and the Chiefs may be able to keep on getting the winning. I'll keep wearing my Chiefs kit as well. And yeah, we'll see if it does get them all the way to that final and maybe to Super Rugby Aotearoa 2021 champions. We've also got, do you think Jordan will make ABs? I feel like he should. Like, he's had 2 very good Super Rugby Aotearoa seasons back to back, and it's like he can't really do any more, like, to be able to get, like, it's one of those ones. I feel like he has proven himself as a number 15. He just hasn't had a chance at international level to be able to also try and prove himself. He did score those 2 tries very quickly, though. But then I remember on debut, he did end up getting concussed in about the, maybe about the 3rd minute that he was on the field. So I feel like some people haven't actually seen as much of him in the AB's jersey as they would like to. But I think he will be able to, he'll be able to get in there. Although fullbacks, we have got a lot of them, that is for sure. We have also got Harry's wife, do be hot though, but Prince Kate? Oh, damn. Prince Kate. We have also got Johnny Blaze has put Akira enforcer for ABs, Rico's AB hairstylist as well, says Johnny Blaze. But yeah, Akira Ioane coming off the bench late in this match is going to be dangerous. I would think he would be replacing probably Blake Gibson in this one, although Blake Gibson, I believe, last time he played, he actually did very well and ended up getting to stay out there for a little bit longer. He did score the try in the last match of round 4 between these 2 sides. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they are going to be able to do. Can ABs have a 3-test series versus England? That'll make me so happy if that ever happened. Yeah, I wish we would get to see us play a little bit more international rugby against some of these other sides. Of course, with the pandemic, it does make it very tricky to be able to organise them like we have seen for the Rainbow Cup. But, yeah, hopefully we get to see a few more series against Northern Hemisphere sides before the World Cup in 2023, which at this stage is only sitting about 2.5 years away. And I feel like I say that now as if it's like a mile away, but it isn't going to take too long to get here, I don't think. I think it will be, maybe it will feel like it's coming around the corner very soon. And that is strangely weird timing. I was about to actually have a look on my phone to see what the score in the match between the Rebels and the Waratahs was, and then Kathy has just put Waratahs 0, Rebels 7. And that's the thing. If there was a game for the Waratahs to win, it would be that one, because of the fact that, it's everything on the line for them. They want to get a win before going into Super Rugby Trans-Tasman, give them a little bit of confidence, and it will be interesting to see the end score in that one as well. I just want ABs to play the 4 home nations teams constantly as well, said Johnny Blaze as well. And we have got my 4th goal is in the preseason, says Henry Samuel. When are the ABs playing this year? I will have a quick look on my phone and let you guys know. These are probably only penciled in at this stage though, so they aren't completely confirmed. Can you do Rebels versus Waratahs live stream now? I feel like because of the fact that I have kind of gone about, that'd be about 20 minutes into that game at the moment. The score is actually now Waratahs 3, Rebels 7 as well. But I feel like because I have missed the start of it, it probably wouldn't end up. Yeah, I don't know whether it would be all right to start it only halfway through. So international rugby, I am looking at the moment. So in July, New Zealand play Italy. That's 69 days away. Kind of penciled in at the moment as well. And we have also got the New Zealand versus Italy. That is 76 days away. And then I believe that is our only games until into November, where we play Italy again, which is interesting why we have decided we would only play Italy over and over again. But Australia are going to be playing England, which is pretty awesome. So we will have to wait and see how that one does go as well. And we have also got, it's 10 minutes though, says Liam. Maybe we could, or I haven't actually got a thumbnail for it though, would be the only thing that I'd have to whip up. So maybe I could try doing the second half, but people might be confused at why I am starting halfway through it. We have also got, if AB's play Italy, said Lax Axel. Yeah, I feel like it's strange. Australia, they're getting to play France and also England later on in the year, and also Scotland, I think, as well. And the All Blacks are just playing Italy. Like, I feel like, nothing against Italy, of course, but like, I feel like they want to be able to have a little bit more competition. But then I guess that's what the competition would be for the Rugby Championship. Although I'm not sure when that has taken place, though, as well. We have also got shame Dylan Hunt has been injured for the Blues. He was dynamite for the Landers last year. And yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. There's been about 3 or 4 players who swapped to a different side and then ended up injured for the whole season. There was another one as well who I can't think of off the top of my head. But Dylan Hunt was one of them. There was also, it was a back, but I can't think of his name. You guys might know. Who was the back who changed to another side? It was, or was it actually someone going to the Blues? No, it was going to the Hurricanes. It was Simon Hickey was the one. He moved to the Hurricanes. Looked like he could have been a decent option for that number 10 jersey for them, and then ended up with a season-ending injury as well. And we have got, when Fozzie hears the entire Mr. Whippy ice cream supply, or eats the entire Mr. Whippy supply, and his coach staff minions rub his fat belly, says Johnny Blaze as well. And we have also got ABs have always been overweight since Ted. It's embarrassing now. Other coaches are looking decent, not bubble guts being held in by 2 belts. Maybe it's the stress eating of being an All Blacks, being an All Blacks coach. It's not an easy job, is it? To be fair. I will also quickly, while I am at it, I will remove the benches, and we will look back at the fact that the game is going to be taking place 3:35 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Maybe it's a quarantine issue, says Claire Falvey as well, and NZ play Fiji as well, says Liam. So that is a good sign that we do get to see those games. And also, when Fiji joins Super Rugby Aotearoa, Fiji Drua that is, and also Moana Pacifica, that's going to be exciting stuff. And yeah, hopefully we will get to see some very good and contestable games there that are very close. We have also got Alo Marlow, said Lax Axel. Was he injured as well? Because I know he played in a match for the Highlanders. It was like a friendly match between the Highlanders and the it was the Crusaders, and he was playing in that match, as well as at the time it was Pari Parkinson. Also, Nihi Monaskata, I think, almost got a run round in that one. So that's the other thing. Nihi Monaskata, are we going to get to see him in the last round, or is he going to be missing it as well? We have got Steve Hansen, the Shag. My question is, how, ladies, how? Says Lax Axel as well. And we have got AB's coaches overindulging in desserts, confiscating the props, chocolate stashes, and gobbling it all up, I should say. But yeah, I guess I don't know what to say to that. You leave me speechless a lot of times, Johnny Blaze. I have worked out to struggle to know what to reply to that. But yeah, nonetheless, I think, wow. I've just looked up at the clock. I haven't been looking at the time very often, but at the moment we're sitting at currently 1 hour, or it is actually 104 minutes into this, you could say, an hour, 43 minutes, almost 44. This has been a long live stream. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it, though. Some of you guys have been here since pretty much the start, so hopefully you haven't gotten bored of me just rambling, which I feel like is what I do best. Is when I'm half by tired, I just end up talking very quickly all the time. And that is exactly what I've done here as well. Steve Hansen's belly would swallow the woman up, says Johnny Blaze as well. But yeah, at the moment, the game for the Super Rugby AU is actually sitting 6 to the Waratahs, 7 to the Rebels. So it's getting pretty close, that one. At the moment, they are 10 minutes in, or 11 minutes in now at the moment. Are you growing a man bud, says Johnny Plays. I don't know what I'm doing with it, to be fair. At the moment, it's too long to not tie up, but it's not long enough to look actually like all right tied up kind of thing. It's just like a little tiny, I guess that's almost a bun. Do I turn my head? Don't know if I want, it's just a little, can you see that? I kind of end up just putting it back there so that it's out of my eyes, all these live streams, and also when I have the headphones on. We have also got Santa Raka Amasu, hopefully I said that right, has said Melissa as well, and I do welcome you to the live stream, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in. If Radradra joined Fiji and Drua for Super Rugby 2022, one can dream, says Lax Axel. Who knows, maybe it is a possibility. We have seen crazier things happening in the rugby world. So who knows? Maybe we'll look at it going there. I thought Michael Alatoa might have signed for Moana Pacifica for the upcoming competition, but then he signed for Leinster, which is an interesting one because they've got plenty of depth for their props, Leinster. They've got the likes of Furlong and who would be in that number 3 jersey pretty much all the time. So maybe it's for international cover that they've decided to bring in Michael Alatoa as one or as well. Imagine Chiefs beat Crusaders 99 says Liam as well. That would be pretty impressive because of the fact that they pretty much have to just keep on, like everyone would just have to run everywhere. I don't know whether they could, how many tries is it physically possible to get in an 80-minute game of rugby? Because I know I did a video on Rugby Challenge a while ago, never actually released it, but it was how many tries I could score in a full-length 80-minute game. And it was just back-to-back tries from the All Blacks. Maybe I should look at getting that video out at some stage, but it will take quite a bit to edit because it is a full-length match as well. Can you undo your bun and shake your hair out seductively like a hair model on a hair ad, says Johnny Blaze. I don't want it to become like a meme, though. Like, you guys might clip it, and I don't think it will just look awkward as heck. I think 6-7 says Raging Flame as well, but the Rebels have just scored, I see, and it was scored by Wells. So that is not what the Waratahs would have been after in that situation. And yeah, it was a strong scrum from the Rebels, milking a penalty advantage is the comment I see, and then it was Nasarani, then took it off the back, shrugging off Gordon as he sniped down the blind side. From there, it was a simple shift out to Wells, who had a free run to the line, is what it was described as. Do it, says Liam, do it. And we have got Crazy NZ in the chat as well. Welcome to the live stream, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in. And Johnny Blaze says, but do it as well. But yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this live stream that I have just been rambling for. Maybe I will do the second half of Super Rugby AU, because I think I should get a thumbnail prepared for it first before doing anything else, I guess. So I guess I could get the thumbnail up, and hopefully I would be able to get going and get ready for the second half. I haven't actually looked at the lineups for that match either, so that would be something to do as well. But for anyone who is just tuning in, I will quickly put the lineups up once again. Few changes in the starting lineup for the Crusaders in that 4-pack. 6 changes in the starting number, or in the starting 8, I should say, and then the back line is unchanged for the Crusaders there. Then we move to the Blues. That will be a very short little thing. I feel like I've taken that away too quickly, but hopefully you guys were able to see it. Then we have got Eklund back in the number 2 jersey. Then also Gibson is going to be going into number 6. Papali and Rico Ioane are going to be co-captains for this match, and Harry Plummer is going to be starting in that number 10 jersey. Then on the bench, it is going to be a very strong bench for both the Crusaders and the Blues. Few youngsters on the Blues bench, and also a few very talented players on the Crusaders in the likes of Sanders, Mataeli, and also it is going to be Tamati Williams who gets his debut. AJ Lamb, who almost, I guess you could say he's had his debut, but it was an extremely short one when he did get to play for the Crusaders, for the Blues in his last one. And then we have also got a Teddy Black and also a Kira Ioane are the 2 ones to look at. But Ofatoa Afasi versus Tamati Williams, that is one I am very excited for. But the game is going to be kicking off at 3:35 p.m. tomorrow, Crusaders versus Blues. We have also got Johnny Yu, old man or young, says Liam as well. I've got my phone in my left hand. I don't really see Johnny Blaze as well. I am 26. Are you an old lady? Says, no, I'm 10, says Liam as well. But yeah, do let me know. I feel like I've asked this question quite a few times, but I've said who is going to score the first try of the match. And I also would like to know before we end this live stream, who's going to score the last try of the match. Okay, I'm 16-year-olds. Then you respect your elders, will you? Says Johnny Blaze as well. But yeah, who's going to score the last try? Is it going to be someone off the bench, or is it going to be someone who is starting in the lineup? I also see, I believe if I'm not wrong, we are actually sitting on 38 likes. So I do thank you all very much for tuning in throughout this one. Is this the kind of style of live stream you would like to see a little bit more often? Perhaps for the final game, I could do one the day before on Friday night or something like that, if that is something you guys want to see. But I feel like it's one of those ones that's been a little bit more chilled out than the normal ones. Dalton Papali'i first and George Bridge for the last one as well. Last try will be Akira. First will be Hoskins Attutu. So he is back in 2 tries from the Blues. Yeah, Hoskins Attutu, if they have the early scrum, I feel like Hoskins Attutu is a very good shout. He was able to score in the last match up against the Highlanders off the back of a scrum, and he is a hard man to stop. Kurt Eklund will get a hat trick, says Lax Axel as well. He was so close in the last match as well. He ended up with the 2 tries early on, but then unfortunately for him, he did end up giving away that penalty. But yeah, discipline. If he can have that discipline, I'm excited to see him versus Cody Taylor. Both of them scoring in the last match that these two sides played. Cody Taylor sitting on 6 tries, the most in Super Rugby Aotearoa 2021 so far. Harry Plummer will miss his first kick at goal. If it's far out, maybe, but I feel, that's another factor. I guess if it's going to be raining, is it going to be windy as well? Because if there's a lot of wind, it will be hard to control where that ball is going. But Harry Plummer, I feel like he is pretty safe with a kick when he is doing his goal kicking. Although I remember in the Mitre 10 Cup for Auckland, I remember Dad was standing next to me, and we were talking about Harry Plummer. I believe it was Harry Plummer will be nervous to play against Richie Mo'unga as well, says Johnny Blaze. But yeah, it was a kick at goal. And I mentioned something. I was like, Harry Plummer, he's normally, he's pretty much the safest kicker out there. Like, he could get he normally just taps them over for fun. He missed the kick. And I realized my rugby knowledge isn't as good as it should be at that moment. There was a storm earlier here, said Lax Axel as well. Yeah, we had thunderstorms and also lightning down the coast, I believe it was, my dad was saying. So hopefully Christchurch is going to be nice weather for tomorrow, and we do get to see this game take place on a sunny afternoon for Super Rugby Aotearoa, because I think only 1 or 2 other games have been affected by rain, which when you think about it, this is match 18 and only 1 or 2 to have rain. I mean, that's pretty decent overall. 15-6 at the moment, says Raging Flame as well. So they must have gotten must have missed the kick but got a penalty after. Yes, when Harry Plummer played for Auckland, he missed heaps. And I was thinking, geez, boy, come on, said Johnny Blaze as well. Harry Plummer isn't a pressure kicker as well, says Lax Axel. Yeah, I feel like I had just watched him have one good game because I hadn't really heard too much about him until the Mitre 10 Cup. And I think I watched him have one good game, and then it was the week after. And I was like, he's going to kick everything over. And then, yeah, I realized that I didn't know that much, to be fair. I feel like my rugby knowledge has got slightly better over the last few months because of all the rugby that we have been watching. And also, not just that, I have to thank you guys for that, because you guys are very knowledgeable when it comes to the game. So I do appreciate you all telling me all about everything that is happening because of the fact that it has helped me out a lot. We have also got Lima has said, Lima Satia, hopefully I've said that right. Point, please. Is that for the points for the game? Because the game has not started yet. It is going to be a game that is going to be tomorrow. Crusaders versus Blues. It is going to be 3:35 p.m. and it is going to be a very exciting matchup. But we are going to be doing our watch-along live stream for that match as well, and it is going to have the scoreboard working, also the lineups. So we are going to be doing that one very soon. We have got Liam has said, by the way, they never uploaded Force versus Reds highlights vid, so I couldn't see who scored. Sad for me. Do you want me to? I actually still have the paper here if you do want to know exactly who was able to score all of the tries in that match. But the tries for the Reds were scored by Taniela Tupou. Very good try from him. If you do get a chance to see that one, he just steamrolled over about 6 players to get that one. Hunter Paisami also scoring, and Filippo Dalgunu. Then for the Western Force, it was Feliti Kaitu'u, and then it was also Jordan Olawafela. He was able to get a hat trick. And he was able to score in the 7th, the 46th, and the 74th, which was the match-winning try for the Western Force in the end. We have also got, there's a storm over here. The old lady next door blew away in a tornado, says Johnny Blaze as well. What movie is that from? Well, I feel like that's like a storyline in a movie. Is it Up? But except that's an old man, isn't it? And his house goes up. No, that's not a tornado. What's the movie with the tornado where the house blows away next door? I feel like I'm just rambling, but I think it is a thing. Tired of seeing Harry Plummer and his big ass on the field, says Lax Axel. You and Johnny Blaze would get along big time because of the fact that, he says that he has huge thighs. Harry Plummer, that is, not Johnny Blaze. And we have got Harry Plummer has a huge torso and a huge bottom half. His legs are beefy like Caleb Clark's as well, says Johnny Blaze. But yeah, Sever Reece versus Caleb Clark in this one is going to be very exciting. Sever Reece has the most offloads in the Super Rugby Aotearoa competition with 11, by the way. So maybe he will be looking to do a few more of them. They are also leading in terms of the offloads in general, the Crusaders. And yeah, I am excited to see how it is going to go. I'm excited to see Ethan Blackadder as well back in that number 6 jersey because of the fact that he is one of those players. He can make a lot of tackles and he can also score tries if he gets the chance. And he might be able to do that. We have got a Hurricane. Those are in Wellington, said Johnny Blaze as well. And we have also got, sorry, bro, I thought it's now just Jam here. Love you, brother, watching from Samoa. And I do appreciate you being here, mate. I know it's an interesting one because of the fact they're going with a Sunday afternoon game when most of the other games have been Friday and Saturday nights. Like they keep on switching every once in a while. It's a Sunday afternoon game. And I actually, in a way, I hope, because of the fact all of the afternoon games, I think, have involved the Crusaders, if I'm not wrong there. So maybe I would actually like to see the Blues win this match, and then whoever wins out of the Chiefs or the Blues would get the home final, and then we wouldn't have to have an afternoon game. Might be a decent idea. And we have also got, although I think they would still do it on Saturday night nonetheless, and it is imagine forwards and backs switching positions. Funny you mentioned that. Me and Isaac actually ended up, we filmed a video about 4 months ago where we did that. We had the All Blacks and we had the forwards and the backs switching round as well. And so the likes of it was Geordie Barrett or Bowden Barrett at number 1, Geordie Barrett at 2, and then Ofa Toinga Fasi was out, or he was in the number 13 jersey, I think it was, and all those kind of ones. Like we did kind of swap it all around, but I never actually got the chance to edit that one. So maybe that would be one that we could do in the future as well. We have got Lax Axel says Ofa should be Blues goal kicker. And the funny thing with you mentioning that as well, you know how I mentioned that I did an 80-minute match on Rugby Challenge trying to score as many tries as I could. I actually had him as goal kicker for about, I think I gave everyone in the side a kick to see if anyone would end up missing them. And I think they all got them over. So that was well done from them. We have got Go Blues as well, says Lima. I've got a few videos from the past that I haven't got uploaded now that I keep on like bringing them up. We've also got one that me and Isaac did, how we did have our All Black 7 side up against the Fiji 7 side, but we were Fiji because they kept on beating us. So then we beat them once and then we swapped to them to see if we could beat the All Black side. And I don't think that video's up either. So yeah, there are a few. Also, if we are talking about all of the videos that I haven't uploaded, I've got 2 Beer Pro modes that I have managed to get through, or that I have filmed but I haven't edited yet. And also, yeah, there's quite a list now that I think about it, but there is a lot of rugby on. We have been pretty busy, and we have got what is that, Johnny? I don't know what Simalo means, so I am just gonna hope that it wasn't a swear word. And then Johnny Blaze has replied, I thought that said go do your fetus at the first one, but what is fierce? I'm not sure what that is. So I feel like I should start reading those out. But yeah, nonetheless, the game is going to be happening 3:35 p.m. tomorrow. I wonder if Will Jordan is any good at goal kicks. I think he's supposed to be decent. I think he used to do a bit of goal kicking, if I'm not wrong. But I haven't actually seen him kick any very recently. I guess it's the situation of if Richie Mo'unga gets injured, then it's probably David Havili would be the next kicker, maybe, if I'm not wrong. And then from there, you'd probably, in this match, you'd probably almost go with, does Dallas McLeod do a bit of kicking? Or I know Fergus Burke does, but he isn't there. So maybe Will Jordan would be about the 3rd choice kicker. So if Mo'unga gets injured, Havili gets injured, we might get to see some kicks from Will Jordan. But at that stage, if they're losing both of those two men, maybe they will be in a lot of trouble. And we have also got, I wonder if, and also 2017 under-20s WC Baby Black squad was pretty mean as well, or World Cup squad, says Johnny Blaze. And I will quickly, while I am at it, while we are still here, I will check the score in the match for Super Rugby AU as well. They seem to be scoring points at quite a fast rate at the moment. It is still 15 to the Rebels, 6 to the Waratahs, and that is currently sitting how many minutes in? We are sitting 23 minutes into that one. I want to be a faffer when I grow up, said Johnny Blaze. But yeah, nonetheless, I think I should almost look at maybe ending this live stream. I've been going for 1 hour, 59 minutes, 45 seconds, just talking rugby with you guys. And yeah, hopefully you guys have been enjoying it as well. I feel like I have been rambling big time. We are sitting on 38 likes on it as well, so I do appreciate you all being here as well. Gender neutral, says Johnny Blaze, for what FAFA means as well. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching these as well, and hopefully it is something you guys want to see in the future. If you haven't already, be sure to leave a like on this live stream. Maybe we can get to 40 by the end of it. We have got, I don't identify as a male or female. I'm gender neutral, WTF, says Johnny Blaze as well. And we have got, I've seen when Crusaders played before lockdown 2020, Bryn Hall and Mitch Drummond goal kicks as well, says Liam. So maybe they would be an option to be able to line it up. I feel like if they're leading by plenty, you just give it to Cody Taylor because of the fact that he seems like he is going to be able to get, like he's already got the most tackles, the most tries as well. Surely he has a goal kick up in his arsenal as well. Lol, 2 hours watching YouTube while my mum and dad were cleaning street, says Liam as well. And we have got Johnny Blazer said, I saw Sam Whitelock get the winning drop goal at the World Cup final as well, says Johnny Blaze. So maybe Sam Whitelock could have a go. And I feel like that's something you really want to happen as well. Was your mum and dad vacuuming the grass, says Johnny Blaze. I'm not sure whether that would have been the case. But yeah, I feel like if Sam Whitelock did nail a drop goal, I don't think there would be a situation that it happened, like in the Crusaders match, if it was going very close down to the wire. But if he did, the crowd, even though, like, yeah, everyone would just go crazy for it, I have a feeling. Like, he's got the most lineouts won. How many drop kicks have been kicked so far? David Avili got one in that match between the Crusaders and the Hurricanes, so maybe he would be the man to go to. But yeah, he sees immortality as well, says Lax Axel. Yeah, I feel like he's already up there in terms of, because of how many games he's played for the Crusaders, like, and how long he's been doing it for. But a drop goal at the end, like, surely if he is going to retire at some stage, I don't think it's going to be this year. He still seems to have quite a few years under his belt. But if he does end up retiring, surely the final game, you give him the last kick of the match. I saw that they did it for Paul Gallen, I believe it was, when he was doing State of Origin. It was the final kick of the game, and I think he got to take it. And I think he got it over as well, if I'm not wrong. And I have also got, Johnny Blaze said, I am climbing through my neighbour's windows to seal his Mrs. Underwears, said Johnny Blaze. Imagine if your neighbour watches these live streams and he's just like, you know, Johnny's not here, or Johnny is actually, I wouldn't put it past you, Johnny. That's the thing. Like, some things you say are not true, but then some things that I am worried are. Paul Gallen, the goat grub, as well, says Johnny Blaze as well. And we have got Johnny, no, there was a flood outside, says Liam as well. And Jerome Kano also been immense for Toulouse at age 37. See, that's the thing. Some of these, like, players, they are just showing that age, like, is just a number. Like, I feel like a lot of people do say that statement quite a bit, but yeah, they are just showing that they are talented players and they have got the ability to be able to keep on being a good player right up until they do end up retiring. Johnny Blaze Moses Lawns at 1 a.m. as well, and 18-6 now in that game as well for the match between the Rebels and the Waratahs. And that's something that I have just realised. I think after this live stream, I am actually supposed to go on a chat with George, because he was looking at uploading something to the Kiwi Lads gaming channel. So I think I might actually have to help him with that, because I don't know whether he'll be up after the game finishes. But I will have to check in with him as well to see what he is up to. And we have got KS's Liam as well. Johnny Blaze cleans his car at 10:30 p.m. So a little bit earlier than the mowing of the lawn. But I guess I should actually mention, we haven't really done too many videos on it yet. But I will quickly pull up the Kiwi Lads gaming channel. I think we're on 8 subscribers at the moment. We haven't really posted too many times. It's only 3 videos, or 2 videos, sorry, and George has been in charge of those ones. I'm still hanging around, says George. He is still up and about, but I will put the Kiwi Lads Gaming link in the chat. So be sure to subscribe to that channel link, and let's see if we can get, I mean, if 5 of you guys did subscribe who are watching now, we would be past the 10 subscribers. We'd be up to 13. Manscaped Lawnmower says Lax Axel as well. So you've been having those ads too. They have been all over YouTube at the moment, I believe it is. And we have also got Jerome Kano became captain for Toulouse after like 2 months, says Johnny Blaze as well. I'm still hanging out. Didn't do any 420 celebrations this year, unfortunately, as well. I'm getting bullied on GTA Online. Are you playing GTA at the moment, George? Is anyone else on as I sub, said Liam. So I feel like even if I just go on the channel and click on refresh, like it is now on 9. So Liam was the subscriber on that channel. So I do thank you very much, Liam. There are a few, we should mention that it isn't as PG as this channel, though. There are a few more swear words, but George has been in charge of censoring those. So I think he's censored all the bad ones, the real bad ones. Yeah, says George Meyer as well. But yeah, nonetheless, I think that is almost going to be the end of this one. Tars will cry because they're the new 2020 Chiefs. But then if they're the new 2020 Chiefs, maybe next season will be their year. Who knows? If the Chiefs can go from losing 8 from 8, like, and then end up winning Super Rugby Aotearoa 2021, it's just like, it's one of those dream, like, season turnarounds. Like, and they would just be over the moon for it. But I think it will be a tough battle in the final with the Crusaders if that is the case. We have also got, I give my dog milk and cheese, and he has rotten butt gas, says Johnny Blaze as well. Yeah, dogs don't like dairy, do they, very much? Or do they? Or is it just milk and cheese? I know you're not supposed to give your dog chocolate. That's one of those big no-nos that you're not supposed to do. And cheers, Liam Top Lad, said George Meyer as well. Yeah, nonetheless, I think we are getting very close to the end of this live stream. It's gone up to 10 subscribers as well on the Kiwi Lads Gaming channel. So we do thank you all very much for that. Plenty more videos coming on that channel, and also plenty more videos coming on this channel. Hurricanes are responsible, allowing Chiefs to come back, says Alex Axel as well. Yeah, it's one of those ones, like these close games, one mistake can be the difference between your team winning and losing. Like, and I've got to make sure in this game between these two sides, you can't be giving away any penalties that are just like kind of stupid, I guess you could say, like down to just not really thinking too much, because of the fact we did see it in the match last week between the Highlanders and the Blues. I mean, Alex Hodgman's red card, I feel like it just wasn't something that was necessary. The Blues were right back in that match at that moment, and then he gave away that penalty, and it just completely shifted the momentum, and the Highlanders were able to get that win. So who knows what would have happened in that match if that penalty hadn't happened. And, yeah, maybe the Blues could have been able to get the win. My dog Thrash is the neighbour's dog. He is a Great Dane, so she's a miniature poodle as well. Can you lots Rugby Challenge 4 vids again? Because I don't know what to watch as well, said Liam. If you have watched all of the previous ones, I will start to upload a few more in the future as well. 130 kg dog versus 2.5 kg dog. I can see why your dog may be able to get the better of that one. But yeah, I am going to be uploading more Rugby Challenge in the future. I'm kind of doing a few highlights ones alongside the Rainbow Cup to see. I want to get one prediction like completely right in that one. So I was a little bit off for my Ulster versus Connacht. It was 17-10 in that one. But yeah, we've got a whole heap of videos from the past on the channel if you have missed any. But I assume since you've been around since almost the start, you probably have watched them all. But we've got more Be A Pro episodes coming soon as well, and more financial takeovers hopefully on the way as well. I won my first comp on Rugby Challenge on Pro, so well done there. Yeah, I feel like Pro, playing on the PC as well, like I've just got it on PC and I haven't actually played a game physically yet. I've only done the AI versus AI, but I think the stamina actually drains a lot quicker on PC if I'm not wrong. So I will have to watch out for that. But maybe do a few videos on the PC version with maybe a licensed Mitre 10 Cup would be pretty awesome. But we will have to wait and see with that. That's the other thing. I don't want to get too far into my Be A Pro on the console because of the fact that Be A Pro on the PC could be starting up very soon as well. But yeah, nonetheless, I think that is going to be the end of this preview. We've been going for 2 hours, almost 10 minutes. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed throughout this whole one. If you have, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new as well. I made AB's Fantasy AB and England games constantly on Rugby Challenge 4 LOL. Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like I'm one of those guys that, like, I quite enjoy watching the AI play the AI as well as playing it kind of thing. Like, I could literally probably, like, I could set up this match on Rugby Challenge with the Crusaders and the Blues, and I would literally watch them play for 80 minutes and not get bored of it. Like, just because of the fact that I just find it quite awesome that we can, like, recognize the players and that kind of thing. But I feel like you guys, I don't know whether you guys would want that as a live stream, me watching a full 80-minute game on Rugby Challenge between these two sides might get a little bit boring for you, perhaps. But yeah, I made a 2021 ABs versus England and a 2023 teams as well. Catch you tomorrow. Go the Blues here as well, says Jesse was an outlaw. Yeah, game tomorrow, 3:35 p.m. is going to be the kickoff. We are probably going to be starting at 3:30 more than likely. So I have got a little bit of time to talk through the lineups as well. I'm crazy about England versus ABs. Obsessed. I hate the English with a passion, said Johnny Blaze as well. And that may come from a little bit to do with the fact that it was the semi-final of the World Cup. And yeah, we all know how that one went, unfortunately, for the ABs. But yeah, I will be back tomorrow, 3:30. We are also possibly, I feel like with the fact that this has been a 2.5 hour or 2 hour, 10-minute one, maybe I won't need to do a preview before the match, or I might still do a short one just to summarize what I have said here, since most of you guys probably haven't watched the full 2 hours and 10 minutes. We've also got our highlights on Rugby Challenge coming out, so be sure to check those out as well. It's almost 11 o'clock. Okay, we'll be there. Be safe as well, says Jesse was an outlaw. You too, mate. And we have got, it's almost 11 o'clock. It is indeed. I welcome the heart attacks tomorrow, says Lax Axel as well. I'm going dirt biking tomorrow, says Liam as well. They broke my heart in 2019, so I shit on them. Little family, says Johnny Blaze. Right. And with that said, I guess that is going to be the end of this live stream. I will quickly, though, I end up doing this. I end up getting distracted every single time I almost end a live stream. I'm going to work tomorrow, lol, finishing off a bathroom as well, says Johnny Blaze. So working on the Sunday. Do you get time and a half for that, Johnny Blaze? Oh, my light just turned around. Again, it keeps on doing that by itself. I should be maybe a little bit worried. But at the moment, the Waratahs are sitting on 11 points and the Rebels are sitting on 18. So it looks like it could be a close game. But yeah, I am going to be hopping on a chat with George. So I don't know whether I will end up getting the second half in, but hopefully I will be able to do all the games for Super Rugby AU next week, which is just the one I realised, which is the Brumbies versus the Western Force, if that one can take place due to the lockdown. Prince Andrew is a meme, says Johnny Blaze as well. But yeah, nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you all tomorrow for the big match between the Blues and the Crusaders. See you later.